I've got two. I've got two little bases.
Just got lucky, I guess. Gets two dreams. Oh no, maybe teleport Homer. Maybe. Hello, everybody.
It's teleport Homer and Goober in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is supposed to be two little bases.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
two little boys.
Yeah.
With two little toys.
Yeah. Good afternoon. There's lots of little toys, strictly. Good afternoon, you wonderful human beings. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Thursday lunchtime where I officially am starting my New Year, New Army, Joe.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I didn't know what to talk about for the show today, and there's lots of little things we want to talk about. So instead of picking a specific topic, talking about it for 2 minutes, and then going off on tangents anyway,
Yeah.
I thought I'd pick a generic topic and we could talk about all sorts of things throughout the show. Whilst I try and actually do some model building, ready for New Year, New Army. If you haven't already, everyone please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Super helpful if you hit that like and subscribe specifically as we try and grow in 2026 now.
Yeah.
Joe was like, he wants to get to, what did you say? 30,000, no, 50,000 in
I want to get to 50,000 this year.
In 2026.
My goal.
Which is, it's one of the goals of all time, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
I
believe in us.
I've been trying hard for a few years now. I think some people just don't like me, Joe. So,
Have you swapped glue with me?
no, I haven't touched it. I haven't yet to get.
This was literally fine a minute ago. I think we can do it.
Well, there you go. With your help, we can definitely do it. Anyway, like I said, welcome back. We're going to talk about all kinds of things today. Today, I'm starting my New Year, New Army. I'm excited for it. I think I can actually make some progress today and the weekend. And my main goal at the moment after Tuesday's Liam and Joe show is just to prove Joe wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a motivation, isn't it, to be honest with you?
But what did I say?
You said that I won't do it.
No, I said that if you don't change your habits, you won't do it.
You said I won't do it.
I did say. I don't think you'll do it.
Yeah, there you go, see? You said you won't do it. So supportive.
But I did say that if you change your habits, you can do it. And Toby was like, no, be nice to him. And I'm like, no, be cruel to him. You know? He has to learn.
It's a bold move to be cruel to the man that pays you.
But I think I've tried, the soft love. I've done the you're like, oh yeah, one model's fine. And one model is fine, if that's your plan, to paint one model. But your plan over the last few years has always been to paint a full army.
Yeah,
and what we've never seen is a full army.
Well, so I've owned fully painted armies that I've done.
That is true.
So I've done it in the past.
So you can do it.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I have done it.
You can do it.
It's just not been possible lately.
So you just need to change what you're doing lately.
Yeah. I need to change my habit, which is difficult.
Yeah.
And it's specifically quite challenging with the opening of the business as well. But Deathwing Knights are fucking gorgeous, by the way. As Terminators go, I absolutely adore the Space Wolf Terminators, but I think Deathwing Knights are nicer Terminator models, if I'm honest.
They're less enjoyable to paint if you do the bone colour, because bone's a nightmare of a colour to make look good.
Though I do think I prefer Logan over the Lion, if I'm honest. I do.
I'm not painting Logan yet.
I like Azrael a lot, but I probably prefer Ragnar.
Like I said, I have no intention of playing Space Wolves, but I want to paint Space Wolves.
Do you?
So what I might do is just like paint Space Wolves and then just auction them off. It's like build a character, auction it off.
Yeah.
Build a character, auction it off.
I think what you'll do is you'll start to paint them and then you won't want to auction them off at that point. You'll want to keep them because they're so nice. I wanted to do Space Wolves as well, but they're an army that I don't want to change my habits for.
Oh.
Right? So go back to what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting conversation for people that ever end up in hobby blocks or get stuck, right? I know what you're talking about. I knew what you were talking about on Tuesday, and I sat there listening to you. And no, but it wasn't necessarily wrong. And I want to my Space Wolves as I started painting them. I started painting Ragnar with no backpack, no head, no shoulder pads on, and I'm edge highlighting every single piece of him, and then adding a second edge highlight, and then adding a dot highlight.
Yeah.
If I try and do that for New Year, New Army, I'm just not going to
No.
achieve it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to stop doing the Space Wolves, but I also want to get something painted. So what I'm doing with my Dark Angels of faction is I'm going to do essentially, not entirely, but essentially a successor chapter.
Yeah.
Not going to paint the green and do all the highlighting.
Well, you said you were going to do the Jobbies of Caliban or whatever it was.
Silver and red.
Yeah.
Because silver is an army, as a paint with, I've got new Vallejo True Metallics I bought specifically for it.
Yeah.
So it's a paint where I think I can spray it on, wash it, and just layer it up. And because it's True Metallics, it looks good.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to fuck around with 18 hours of edge highlighting per model. So that's the intent. That's what I want to do. And now I've just got to do it.
Yeah.
So Space Wolves, I think if you were to start painting Space Wolves, Joe, having done some of it myself already, I don't think you'd want to get rid of them. I think you want to keep them.
Maybe. They're one of the few Space Marine armies that I've not actually ever collected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never done Space Wolves.
Why? Is there a reason?
No. I don't know what the reason is. I think I've just always done, like, obviously, until I've had this very specific job.
Yeah.
I've always had a system of being poor. It's not a great system. I'm going to be honest. So, if I wanted a new army, I had to sell an army, kind of thing. And Space Wolves, literally up until last year, their model range has just been buy old kits, put them on Primaris, really, haven't they?
Yeah,
it's been an army of, if you want a good Space Wolf army, you have to convert it.
Or go to like Etsy and look for
bits.
Yeah,
and I love converting, as we all know, but like converting comes with a financial cost as well, because you have to buy the Primaris Marines and you have to buy the Blood Claws or the Greyhound. So an army that I just never really touched.
Yeah.
But now they just have a box of nice models. I can just buy the box of nice models and build them and paint them. So maybe that might be an army that I do later. My goal this year, though, before 11th edition, is net zero. Something the UK will probably never do. It's our plan, but
almost definitely will never do.
Yeah. So is excluding the Krieg and Drakari, because that's kind of like my new edition, new army, like kind of thing. All the other stuff that I currently own in my garage, apart from the stuff that Games Workshop might send us between now and 11th, I want to get fully painted. And I've already created a spreadsheet of everything that I have. And I've split it down into different armies, and I've created a... Hang on, let's go on my phone, so...
Is that why you just bought all that terrain in today, so it doesn't officially count as being in your garage?
Terrain doesn't count as part of this. No, so you can't really see it, but I've created a system here where... so basically, this is all of the stuff I've got. I'm looking at about 700 models, right? Green, by the way, the green stuff and orange stuff, it's what I've already built and half painted.
Yeah.
So what's happened normally is I've bought stuff, built it, started painting it, something new's come along, like a new release or a new box set, and I've gone, I'll do that one, I'll do that for the channel, or a tournament's come up, so I've had to put down whatever I'm doing to do that thing, or we've had to do Age of Sigmar, or what happens coming is like we've got a new codex release, so whatever I'm doing at the time gets pushed back because I need to do new units for that. So then you just end up with just loads and loads of half-built, half-painted stuff. So my plan before 11th edition is to get all of that gone. So yesterday I was painting Night Lords. I was going to do some Bulgrin, but I knew I didn't have enough time to get the whole unit done for today. So
what about some Ravenwing Black Knights? Or Waverwing Bikers?
Oh, I can get them done. I can do them. Once I've done the bits of Night Lord stuff, I'll just do the Ravenwing stuff.
Because I'm currently debating whether I do or not play at Beachhead.
Yeah. And you want to take an army of bikes that can't go through walls.
I don't know what I want to take, Joe. I don't care enough at the moment about winning, so...
Just take Dark Angels, just take Black Knights. or just take Deathwing Knights.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not. I'm going to be there for the social.
Just be an unkillable potato in the middle of the table.
I know. I'm definitely going for the social. 100%.
Yeah.
There's too many Great Hall people going for me
Yeah.
to not go for the social.
So I think, so I want to get stuff done, basically. I don't know what my tangent was.
And of course, 2026 is going to be the year of chaos.
So, the reason I was painting Night Lords yesterday is because they released rules.
Yeah.
They released the 40k rules for that kill team, and I want to buy many of them because Raptors are now good.
Are they?
They are more points than Junior Personal Investigators.
Yeah.
And more points than Vanguard vets. But in a 5-man squad, which obviously can get lethal or sustained as part of the army rule, you get 3 power fists in a 5-man unit,
Okay.
a plasma gun, and a melter gun in 5.
Are you sure?
Yes.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, so I will pull up the rules right now.
Go on, the chaos.
Go on, the chaos.
You're in 2026, you're a
I
chaos
do
chap.
think that this data sheet is basically Games Workshop going, Chaos Space Marines have got a combat problem. Because it's either AP2 damage 1 or AP1 damage 2, or AP1 damage 1 in an entire unit. And that is all. So Chaos Space Marines, data sheets,
That seems a bit mad.
Raptors. So war gear options. The Raptor Champion's Astartes Chainsaw can be replaced with one of the following: a cursed weapon or a heavy melee weapon, which is a power fist. Right? And then for every 5 models in this unit, up to 2 Raptors can have their Astartes Chainsword replaced with 1 heavy melee weapon. So 3, because a Raptor is not a Raptor Champion.
Yeah.
And then up to 2 Raptors, each can have their Astartes Chainsword replaced with one of the following options. You cannot select the same one more than once: Flamer, Melter Gun, Plasma Gun.
Right.
So in 5, you have a melter, a plasma, and 3 power fists, or heavy combat weapons. In 10, you can then have an additional 2 heavy power weapons. So you go up to 5 power fists. And then you can have 2 more melter gun and or plasma weapons.
Right.
And then you've got the 10th man, which you could basically arm with whatever the hell you want. But you probably give him mutations.
Oh.
And mutations, which sound really, really exciting, is just an accursed weapon. It's just a power sword. Which makes me really sad. Because you can have a power sword, or you can be mutated and have a power sword. Like, if you've got mutations...
Been gifted by the Chaos Gods.
Yeah.
You'd want more than a power sword, right?
Yeah. So just like, count them as maybe lightning claws.
Yeah.
You know? So...
Give me something.
Mutations is a power sworded profile, but you get twin linked. Or it gets sustained hits. Something, just to make it a bit more fancy.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather... Because he comes with these weird little dweeby naked bat legs. And part of me is like, I'd rather just give him normal legs and then a power sword.
But you have that option though, right? Because you can just use the raptor legs.
Mm. Yeah, also, or
is the
generally
point...
just Jupiter says mutation should be like a feel no pain save or something.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Or an invuln, you know, something just to make him exciting. Mine will be Night Lords, but that comes also with a problem because you can only get the Night Lords upgrade sprue in the Night Lords kill team, which is not this one. So you have to buy a £50 box set to make your Raptors Night Lordsy, which is a bit poo.
It is a bit poo, isn't it?
I'd rather just buy the Forge World shoulder pads and helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I do think that I'm going to take 15 a night. So my drive at the moment is maybe take Emperor's Children to Beachhead, and then in April I've got a Warhammer World Golden Ticket event I'm going to.
We know how you do at those.
I'm tempted to take Night Lords. Unless Emperor's Children get made better in the balanced data slate, which will probably be March, I'd reckon. Because we had one in December, which means we'll get one in March. Which will be the last one of the edition.
Should logically be the last one of the edition, yes.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine they'll balance, because we'll get a balance at the start of the new edition, which I imagine will just be FAQs and updates for 11th.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking forward to 11th. I think I am.
Yeah.
I think when I think about Beachhead, I think I am now slightly fatigued of 10th.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
I literally had a game this morning.
I was about to say, I don't even play it as much as you do. But I think I'm kind of done with it.
Yeah?
I don't know why. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's because it's already coming. I don't know if it's because YouTube slowed down because of it, because the community are waiting for 11th. There's a few people that was talking last night on the show that said, I'm not buying anything because 11th is coming, or, you know.
I'm trying to curb my buying by trying to do net zero.
Yeah.
I'll send you my spare Night Lord sprue.
Who is this?
Thank you, White55. You're a good egg.
If you could also, all of you in chat, all 200 of you right now, send us your spare memberships, that'd be great.
Yeah, send us your spare money.
Yeah.
We will be eternally grateful.
After Joe and Paddy's abject failure on Tuesday evening, you know.
People just don't like us.
Do you think? I know we joked quite a lot in the last year about the year of chaos.
Yeah.
This year's already started pretty strong for chaos. Think
Yeah.
about the Red Corsair stuff that's coming out, which, by the way, is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm very. I was talking about that the other day, and what I kind of want to do is because obviously in Huron's command squad is an apothecary. In the Night Lord's books, the main character is an apothecary.
Is he?
So part of me kind of wants to convert Huron and his retinue into like a Night Lord's command squad.
Cool, I'm into it.
Because let's be honest, right? In Chaos Space Marines specifically, no one really cares what legion you're from, because you will just get mashed into the same army.
Yeah.
It's not like in Space Marines where you've got a core rulebook or core codex, and if you've got Calgar, you can't take Pedro Cantor.
Pedro.
In Chaos Space Marines, they're like, you can have Fabius Bile, Abaddon, Huron Blackheart.
I wonder why they do it differently. Do you think there's a reason? I think it's because Chaos Space Marine books shit compared to the Space Marine book.
Yeah, I think Games Workshop don't realise how popular Chaos Space Marines are.
Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable.
And I think, obviously, the lead time is slow because it takes Games Workshop to do anything in terms of designing, going through the R&D, getting it created, getting it shipped, getting all the artwork done. I think the Night Lord's kill team made Games Workshop realise that people actually like Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the moment you gave them an actual plastic upgrade sprue, Night Lords were everywhere.
That was good and decent and modern and, yeah.
Because I had this discussion this morning, actually, is that Chaos Space Marines are the only army that Games Workshop produces that the active player base changes every unit they get. Whether it be in shoulder pad swaps, head swaps, arm swaps, gun swaps, whatever. Like, you've got a Chosen box set, but no one really uses the Chosen box set because the Legionnaire one's just nicer, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like across the board, I think it's kind of the same. And I think Games Workshop, I think we might start to see a change in how they approach Chaos Space Marines over the next year or two.
I think the Night Lord's kill team did do a lot of work for the Chaos Space Marine rep, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And it is a really nice kit.
And
I remember getting the Chosen kit through, when they did the preview, and I was really excited for it. I said to you before we went on air, my first proper power armor army that I ever owned as a younger person, as an adult, but as a younger person was Chaos Space Marines, and I had old metal Abaddon. I used to get Plague Marines, which were Chaos Space Marines with like resin bodies and heads, you know, or eventually fine cast bodies and heads. I think it turned into, and what got me with them over the years, and one of the reasons why I got rid of that fucking army was because kind of just everything felt dated compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
And you do get to a point where you're like, I don't want to buy a Loyalist Rhino with an upgrade sprue of spikes on, and I don't want to buy a Loyalist Predator with the same upgrade sprue of spikes on.
If you go to any tournament that Chaos players are in, right, they'll all be running either a Predator, a Vindicator, a Land Raider, right? They're not using the Chaos Predator, Vindicator, or Land Raider.
No,
it's all Horus Heresy.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Right?
Because the model's just nicer.
I think the community now just wants their Chaos Space Marines to be a kind of mix of what we currently have in Chaos Space Marines and Heresy armor.
Yeah.
They want that kind of ragtag, mishmash,
renegade.
Like, I still think there is a place for the over-the-top, elaborate trim that we currently have. But then there's also a place for what we have, like in Emperor's Children, where you'll have the entire legs and they have like a tiny little spike of silver on it that you can do.
Yeah.
And I think that will start to show.
I think the Emperor's Children stuff and things like the newer Berserker kits are just, for Chaos, are just beautiful stuff.
I think I've seen a lot of people that have taken the new Emperor's Children infantry and mashed the Night Lord's kit with it.
Okay.
Because
I can see that.
Because the Emperor's Children stuff has got a lot of flayed skin on it as well. Which is kind of what I want to do as well. So, yeah, expect more Chaos from Joe this year.
Chaos Joe makes a return in 2026. The Year of Chaos. See? Year of Chaos.
This is my Year of Chaos.
This is your Year of Chaos, probably, maybe, until something shiny comes out.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Hey, look, we've already established I'm just as bad, so I'm not going to criticise you for it. It's the fucking hobby. If we weren't hobby butterflies, it'd probably be a lot more boring.
Yeah. Where's my...
Penis.
Yes.
I am, however, like I said, chat, I am absolutely determined to try and prove this man wrong, hence I'm sitting here trying to build my models. Well, half the time lately I'd have been like, Toby, do you want to do the stream instead?
Yeah. Who's playing tonight? I know I am.
Currently me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes, yeah?
Well, it's already been a bit of a stressful morning, so...
Okay. So it's probably me and Tom tonight.
Well, you were going to run... you were going to run guard, weren't you?
Yeah, I've already put my list into the chat.
Have you? I haven't looked.
I put it in this morning.
Sorry,
or last night.
I was thinking about Harlequins.
Yeah? Running new Gizzled Company.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's any good.
But I'm not running Ballgrin because I haven't painted mine yet. I will at some point soon.
Well, I was thinking about Harlequins. I'll tell you what, chap. If you get to 100 members, I'll play Harlequins tonight, definitely.
Yeah.
If you care. I don't know what else I'd like to play if I don't play Harlequins, to be fair.
I mean, you kind of went off Wild Eaters, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't love them in this edition.
I have been looking at Wild Eaters, but I just think 30 Terminators is the only way I'd want to play it. I'd have to play them like a Horus Heresy army.
Yeah?
Yeah. So like no 8-bound, just Berserkers and Terminators and Dreadnoughts. Crouchy men.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, I love World Eaters. I love the lore behind World Eaters. I was really hoping 11th edition would bring some variety to them because their playstyle for me, I enjoyed it to start with, and then it got a bit monotone. It got a bit kind of one-dimensional, and I got a bit bored of the one-dimensional play. So I was like, it's okay, because 11th edition they'll come out, and it'll be... And I don't love the fact that they basically need 8-bound to stand up, well, they needed 8-bound to stand up on 2 legs, and Berserkers didn't really do much. And I was hoping that 11th edition meaning we'll have another wave probably, and then it'll be, at that point it'll be maybe something a bit more interesting. There's lots of things they can do if you think about Wild Eaters lore, butcher surgeons and what have you.
We
And then
expected
what
that
they did
this
is they
year.
went, here's another 8-bound who looks worse than all the 8-bound we currently sell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, right, cool, okay. And that did not reignite my passion for Wild Eaters. Still my favourite Chaos Legion, by far. I just have to wait for them to have a meaningful update that gets me excited.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure will happen at some point.
Yeah, I know your pain as someone who was super hyped about Emperor's Children coming out. Yeah. And I got all the stuff, and then their rules were...
Meh. Oh,
Meh.
Wild Eaters rules aren't the problem necessarily. Their rules are good. We see Tom win with them all the time. They're just, I'm finding them a bit dull for me personally at the moment.
I'm trying to get good with Emperor's Children at the moment, and I'm finding it a bit of a grind.
I should imagine, yeah. Absolutely. Do you have that? Anyone, chat? Got some super chat topics for you, right?
Yeah.
If you've got an army that you really want to get invested in and you can't, tell us why, stick on a postcard. If you get yourself stuck with hobby blocks or you struggle to get to the point where you finish units or finish projects, if you've got any tips, tricks, hints, things that you do that help, stick them on postcards, send them in. Equally, all 221 of you now, just go to the little $sign, select gift member, select gift one member, just do that immediately. Right, we'll race to 100. I'll definitely play Harlequins tonight. Me and Joe could be super cheerful and happy. It'll be great.
I'm always cheerful and happy.
Are you?
Yeah. On the inside.
On the inside?
Yeah.
Even if your face doesn't show it?
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my lord. I am kind of looking forward to this project if I can stay on track.
Yeah.
And I think that making myself accountable to the community and to you is going to help that, but we'll see. The problem is the stresses of Hobby House alongside, which is significant right now. But we'll get there.
The joys of running a business.
Well, it's not just running, that's the problem. It's literally building it from the ground.
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining, but there is a lot.
Yeah.
There is a lot. And we'll jump into chat. Once all your postcards start flowing through, then we'll jump into chat.
Flowing.
You can give us loads of stuff to talk about. The other thing as well is, I feel like every now and again it'd be nice for these shows for us to just quite literally give you the opportunity to stick a postcard in with any kind of question that you want.
Yeah.
And because Joe and I aren't going to waste an hour talking about a topic, you can stick it on a postcard and we'll talk about yours for longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be nice, yeah. As a fellow Emperor's Children player, I can understand with so few models and only 1-2 decent detachments, you're very limited, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the more I'm trying to get good with them, the more I'm looking at other armies.
Oh, really?
If that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of. Although it's a shame that that's the way you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does make sense.
Like I'm trying to get good with them, but I'm like, oh, I could get rid of this pain and just go back to Templars, I could get rid of this pain and then play Blood Angels.
Any idea when Hobby House will be taking orders? No. Well, yes and no. We're looking at soft opening, Sam, at the end of this month, on the 23rd, and inviting people in to kind of see what we've done and how far we've got and hopefully see essentially a finished product, right? That's the intent, is to do that on the 23rd, 24th, 25th. At the moment, that's my intent. We've already got a couple of things that the deadlines have been pushed back slightly. I'm like, well, I'm already nervous. Hence, stressful morning. However, that won't be online orders and it won't be open to the public. The open to the public comes shortly after. So depending on how that goes, depending on how that opening goes, will depend on whether we are able to push the button and go, let's open, or whether we go, right, we need to readdress this and this problem, we need to solve this issue. Takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, and then we'll get open, right? So, there's kind of, that's what's going to happen. It's about a test and adjust kind of period. I am reluctant, significantly reluctant, in fact, to release the website until the physical place is open and kind of working, and it has been for a week or two. Only because, although I think the website's going to net make us more revenue, if I open everything at once and we haven't got the processes down and we haven't got the staff in and people aren't competent or confident at the time, we start fucking everyone's orders up. That means we end up having a problem where we start making a reputation for ourselves and a name that we then won't be able to shift. And that's happened to other companies. You know, it's not something that's not happened before, so it's legitimately a risk. And there are companies that have got nicknames that nowadays are largely undeserved, but they've had those nicknames and they've struggled to ever shake them. And I don't want to be in that place. So, so loosely speaking, if I wanted to give you a kind of rough deadline, I'd say we'll take online orders probably by latest end of Feb. If I can do it earlier, I will, because we want to make money from it, right? But, you know, my Expo's open venue is fully to do it bit by bit. Yeah, 100%. Stage it and test it, and stage it and test it, stage it and test it. So that's the plan. It's just, you know, there's a lot at the moment. I would love to open sooner because it means we can generate more revenue sooner, because YouTube is struggling a lot lately. It's not just me, there's creators across the board that are having problems with it. So there is every desire to get everything open, up and running and making money as fast as possible, but not at the expense of fucking it up and getting it wrong.
Yeah.
And what I will say to all of you is, because I'm sure most of you in the UK are, who watch the channel, are looking at some point to try and support us. What I will say to you all is, please, 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 for the first 6 months, be patient with us. There will be lots of communication. That's not going to not happen. But there'll probably be mistakes. There'll probably be things that take a day extra to get out to you as we start to settle the processes. We are coming in and trying to compete with the big boys without any of their experience and any of their current operating processes, etc. We're building them all ourselves from scratch. So if you could be a little patient and not just tell us we're the world's worst people on earth on Google reviews, that'd be great. Ultimately, though, if you feel like we're the world's worst people on Google reviews, you know, you should still not put it.
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Don't share it on the internet.
You know what they say, if you've got nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
If you've got absolutely nothing nice to say ever, go watch VT.
Join VT.
Can we pay extra to have a receipt that doesn't sound the correct price so my partner doesn't get upset? I mean, that's a service we could look at for you. Surely, Josh, yeah.
Yeah.
For an extra £10, we'll write an extra receipt for you that says whatever you want.
Yeah. Any amount that you want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that old joke is like, my biggest fear is that when I die, my partner sells my collection for what I said I paid for it.
Yeah. I mean, you're dead at that point, so I don't know if you really care.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I suppose it's worse if they sell it when you are alive.
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
God, yes, I'd pay for that. I am literally the slowest builder and painter, so I can happily wait. No worries, my friend. Okay. It'll happen. We'll get there. We'll get there, absolutely. It's just, it's about trying to get it right, you know, ultimately. Go on, chat, come on. We're on 29, we're one away from 30. You can do it, I believe in you. Hobby house, hobby insurance, when? Well, I think there's lots of things we can do as a business in the future.
Yeah.
There's lots of directions we can go in. Some of them are good directions and some of them aren't good directions. And a lot of those you won't find out until you try it, ultimately. There's lots of things I've already been thinking about, like branding products that you need for hobby, like snips, scalpels, etc. If that's even possible. And then if you start making enough money from branding the product, then you move into white label. You can move away from white label and you move into actual product development.
Yeah.
So you can make things that you can develop things. Because the thing is, there's lots of companies like that. We were talking about this the other day, I think.
Yeah.
We were talking about the other day. Paintbrushes, and stuff like that. Like there's loads of these companies that sell paintbrushes, but ultimately they all come from the same fucking like big four companies.
Yeah, and there's like everyone's releasing their own paint range now as well, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm just gonna change my mic actually.
Yeah.
It's a bit warm now. If you'd like to talk.
But yeah, I think. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people that are just kind of now going. I'm going to release a paint range because everyone else is releasing a paint range. I should also have a paint range. I need number 73. Is it 73? It is 73. So that is something that we could do, but then it's like you're just selling the same paint as everyone else. Because surely a lot of people that are doing their own paint ranges are just buying their paint from the same company, right?
Well, that's the like, and I do sort of think to myself, Games Workshop paint accounts for 30% of their sales,
Yeah.
right? Which, when you consider the cost of a pot of paint, it's a considerable amount of paint they're selling.
Yeah.
A considerable amount of paint they're selling. We've then got other major brands out there like Vallejo, Army Painter, etc., who have, for the most part, they've caught up, in essence.
Yeah.
I'm a Citadel paint slut because I like using them. They're my favourite ones to use, but I am a Citadel paint slut. That being said, I've bought some Vallejo True Metallics. I've got some Army Painter matte colours. Obviously, the Duncan Rose stuff's come out. I know that's quite popular with a lot of people. I've not personally used it myself, but I know it's quite popular with a lot of people. I know you've got the new...
the Dark Arts range.
New Dark Arts range.
I'm going to paint some models and show them off at some point soon.
Yeah, so you got that sent. We've got that sent through to you, so we could do some work with the new Dark Arts range, and I'm sure they're really nice. I mean, I won't be using them, but I'm sure they're really nice.
Yeah.
They're like, do you want to do some paint collaborative stuff? Speak to Joe.
Yeah.
So they get to the point where it's like hobby house paint range. Well, is it worth it, or are we just reinventing a wheel that already exists and people can buy elsewhere?
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, sometimes, don't get me wrong, some people will be like, oh, it's hobby house paint, so I'll buy them because it's hobby house paints. But I'm like, yeah, but have we just spent a lot of time, effort, money developing a product that kind of just already exists? Like, how many different paints can there actually be? You know? I'd love to develop a custom paint colour designer. Do you know, like B&Q?
Yeah.
You go in and you change the colour to the bit you want.
Yeah.
And then they make you a pot. Imagine using that for hobby paint.
Well, they kind of just have, it's just an empty pot with one of those vibrating boobs, right?
Yeah, but just imagine if you could do that. Imagine if for hobby paint you could go, I want a slightly lighter shade of fucking Sirius purple with a bit of a blue hue to it or whatever. I don't know. You know, and then someone could mix it up for you. That'd be fucking cool. Although we were trying to come up with money-making ideas last night, Joe, and all we came up with was buying packs of women's thongs in size 8 and tins of fish, and then selling them to thirsty men on the internet who thought they'd been worn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an option, isn't it?
Well, I was saying about the idea that obviously Rusty has made those fancy gaming tables downstairs.
Yeah.
Right. I was trying to. So we need to figure out how much it actually costs in physical wood to make them. Because they're nice tables. Could we sell a flat pack version of those? And just undercut all the other gaming table companies? Because you just buy that table. Because I was saying, I want one of those tables for my garage. I'm happy for Rusty to cut all the bits and then I just drill it together and sand it and.
I mean, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Like he's not a man who's ever going to be against making potentially more money, but
because I was like, I want that gaming table at home.
It's nice, isn't it?
I don't need the charging station, but like just the physical table itself.
It's still quite nice.
Yeah,
they're big and sturdy as well.
You
can walk on them. I have.
Because I always look at buying, like a wooden table from like B&Q.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some nice like tables. Like workman's tables. So I was like, I'd like just a custom gaming table for my garage.
I'll talk to him when it gets to the end of the job and see if he's open to the concept.
Because someone could come in and be like, I want one of those gaming tables. And we go, cool. We've got a bunch flat pack downstairs.
If he's got the material, you can honestly drive the material to your house and build it in about fucking 4 hours.
Yeah.
I've watched him. It doesn't take them long.
Well, the thing is, I was thinking like he could literally build all the pieces, right? So all the bits where he's got, and he could have like the top, the separate legs, and then you can either send it by a pallet, flat pack to someone's house, and they just have, because it's all the same screws, just like zip, 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 do it together.
How does it go?
Zip, 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 zip. Or he just comes to your house with it and then does it for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's just putting together then. You know, we've got a garage downstairs. That could be his workshop for building them.
That garage is hopefully not going to be too long before it's the actual online fulfillment.
And then
we can open up more gaming space. Did your workman take away the large item that you weren't going to pay him for until it's gone? No. So guess what, Nick? The invoice reminder came through this morning, and I said, nope.
Yeah.
So the AV guy is a lovely bloke, right? Really fucking good guy, does incredible work, and has done really good work. But you have to be a bit strict on occasion, right?
Yeah.
So we got him to come in and quote for a bunch of stuff, and he'd come in and quoted for all that stuff, fine. And then he issued me the first part of the invoice. Cool. That was, you have to pay the first part of the invoice so they can go and buy the materials.
Yeah.
Like CCTV cameras and screen distribution units and what have you. So we did. We paid the first part of the invoice immediately, nice and promptly. And then he did 90% of the work.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not 100% of the work though, is it?
No.
So then he came back yesterday to fix a bunch of the issues that weren't working properly. And it's tech, it happens. So there was a faulty CCTV camera, it's been replaced. There was a wire that he'd forgot to buy that does a specific thing with audio, which he then fitted, and some other bits and bobs. We then went to learn the media system for all the screens and found that one of the screens isn't working properly. Tested the TV's fine, discovered it was his device, so he needs to replace that. So straight away it wasn't finished. And part of it is there's a fucking giant data cabinet in the downstairs comms room that we don't want or need. Yeah. So he agreed with us in the first time I'll tell you what, to sweeten the deal, to get you to say yes, I'll just offer to take that away for you. Yeah. It's like, cool. And then he put it as a line item on the invoice. Yeah. And that cabinet's still in that room. Yeah. So I keep saying to him, you can have your money when that fucking cabinet's gone. Yeah.
I mean, if it's something you've said you'll do, right?
It's on the invoice, you know? So as far as I'm concerned, our media players, one of the screens still isn't working, and the cabinet still exists. And when those two issues are rectified, I'll pay his invoice immediately. Yeah. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, you've already paid for the first half, right? So
yeah, I've paid for the materials, so he's not out of pocket for stuff that he's bought. He's just out of pocket for all the time that he's spent because he hasn't actually finished the job. And when he finishes the job, I shall pay him. I fucking love Deathwing Knights. What a great looking model they are.
I love that your 5 models are more points than the 30 models I've got here.
Yeah. For the speed that I paid, Joe, I too like that.
Yeah. I bloody love the Krieg. The Krieg kit is such a good kit.
It's a very good kit.
One thing I do like about the Krieg kit a lot, actually, which is quite rare for some of the stuff that Games Workshop's producing at the moment, is the bodies are a specific part. The legs and the heads are all fixed, right? You have to use the same, but the arm options, you can put whatever arms you want on them.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. Yeah.
How much on-site parking will be available at Hobby House, do you think? There is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 12 to 15 spaces in the back car park, and a further 4 spaces around the front, including disabled, 5 spaces including disabled. So we've got around 20 parking spaces, I think. Yeah. But the industrial site that we're on, there is a fair few other places that you can drop the car and you would be within walking distance. Not forgetting we're a 5-minute walk from St Denis train station, and we're very close to a bus stop as well. So there are plenty of ways in which you can come and find us. I did one.
Yeah?
Yeah. Next. And I'll start talking to chat. I'll cut the bits out for next and I'll start talking to the chat. But yeah, it's pretty well serviced. I mean, it's better service than a lot of places for parking that are hobby shops.
Yeah.
It's not as good as I'd like, but it's better than fuck all. It's the answer. You'll be able to find somewhere to park, almost definitely. And yeah, good. Has the glory hole entrance scanner been installed yet? No. No, but we're struggling to find one narrow enough for you lot, Escapade, to be honest with you. Will you be hosting and streaming tournaments at Hobby House? Hosting, yeah. Streaming, unsure. Hosting is, yeah, with trepidation though, because we only have 16 currently tables, so we can do a 32-man event. Just people really care about that tournament, probably. Is it worth streaming? Probably not. If we get to a point where we can expand, and we have expansion capacity on site, right, chat? So what we can do, we have a middle floor which we're kitting out for online retail, and we have a ground floor which is going to be our shop and bar and gaming space, because then we have to staff and power and heat one fucking room rather than two. Okay. And it gives us lots of, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to have my physical stock and online stock be the same pool of stock, because it creates problems when people order at the same time that someone's buying something through the till and you only have one of them. I'm trying to avoid it. So we're having separate stock holdings for online versus physical. Now, if the business does okay and makes good money, we also have underneath the building a enclosed garage space, which currently we will be using for dispatch. But what we can do, if we generate some reasonable revenue, is we can environmentally sort of seal it, so like rain and water and stuff can't get in, and then we can run power to it and heat it. That's not the worst costs in the world. At which point we will probably move all of our online shelving stuff that's in the middle floor into the basement, emptying the middle floor with the exception of the offices, right? Once we've done that, that means that the middle floor then has capacity for more space, probably somewhere in the region of 8 to 10 additional 6x4 tables if we wanted to. At which point, even just 8 takes us to 24 tables, which takes us to 48-man events, which is quite nice then. I think that's a nice size.
Yeah.
Then I'd be more inclined to stream, I guess.
Well, I think that the other, not downside of streaming, but it is to run the stream, you need at least one person to run the deck, and then you're probably going to need someone to kind of be here as almost like a player judge, to supervise the two people playing.
Yep, absolutely.
At which point you're then incurring the cost of two staff.
Right, exactly. So I'm not against streaming them in the future, I'll be honest with you. I'm not against streaming from the building in general. I mean, we have access to all the equipment because I'm up here. But in the early stages, it won't be happening. And in terms of running tournaments, again, I want to run events. I want to run events more than tournaments, I think is probably the most accurate way of describing it, actually. I don't have a problem with running a tournament. I don't have a problem with people coming to play tournaments at Hobby House, but I'd rather sell you an experience. And I'd rather you come for a weekend experience, whatever that might look like, and do an event here of some sort. And it might be that we do a boot camp where you learn a brand new game like Age of Sigmar because we do a Spearhead boot camp. Or it might be that we do a narrative 40k event. Or it might be that we do a silly doubles thing or whatever.
Well, it's not going to be every weekend though, is it?
No, right.
So I think there's still going to be times that you do cater to the competitive crowd.
Yeah.
Because you could do a narrative event, a 2-day narrative event one weekend, and then a 2-day actual competitive event the next weekend.
Of course, absolutely. But I would still rather sell people the experiences rather than a tournament necessarily, because I think tournaments are done to death in this country, and lots of people do them really well, and lots of people do them at a significantly bigger scale than I'm ever going to be able to do them on this particular location. So kind of don't compete with them, because I won't.
Yeah.
I just can't. I wouldn't be surprised if Horus Heresy ends up running events every night. Well, we're already talking about getting to a capacity where we have Wednesday night Blood Bowl League, Friday night Magic, Thursday night Crusade.
I quite like the idea of running like a midweek 1-day event, like on a Wednesday for like Spearhead. Like in the because like Warhammer World runs like Spearhead events in the evening. We just play 3 games of Spearhead kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So yeah, stuff like that.
Right, I need to start reading chat stuff. Let me just finish off some of these last bits and I'll jump into you and your super chats because some of them have come through. It's great. We are on 37 members, chat. We're 3 away from the fucking 40 number.
Yeah.
So if 3 of you are feeling generous to chuck 1 at us, that'd be great. Then if another person chucks 10 at us, we get to 50. Then if another person chucks 50 at us, we've got to 100 and it's been teamwork. That's how maths works.
Exactly.
It's exactly how maths works. And then I'll love you all forever. So, you know, that would be good. I don't think I'm going to get all these built today, though. I don't think I can't build as fast as you build.
No?
I don't know why.
Slow.
I think you just clean up a lot less mould lines than I do.
Well, it's like, I don't need to clean mould lines on cloth, right? That's like layered cloth, because you're just not really going to see it. Or like, if there's a mould line on a ribbed tube, I'm not going to clean that.
Oh, I do.
Because there's no reason why there can't be a seal line on a tube, you know? And most mould lines now, like nowadays, you won't even see it when the model's painted. The line's so small and inconsiderate.
The amount of times, though, that I haven't done a mould line and I've sprayed it in the airbrush booth and gone, oh, no, and then I have to get the scalpel on my thigh to scrape it off.
Yeah, but like you should do it then, you know? There's times when you're building, there's times when you'll have mould lines, and once you've built the model, you can't even see the mould lines because they're like underneath or inside. A lot of time, what's the point on doing the mould line on the inside of the leg? Because you're not going to see the inside.
I have somehow managed to slice my thumb open, which is interesting. That wasn't intentional.
What a boob.
What a boob. We got the 10 through, look. Some of the teamwork's happening. Might be some fucking claret everywhere soon at this rate.
I don't know how you cut yourself all the time.
I put a brand new scalpel blade on, mate.
Yeah, but even still.
Well, I cut into my thumb, so I have control over it like that. And when there's a brand new scalpel on, it just goes straight into your skin.
Oh.
That's fine.
Just stop when you get to the skin, right?
Well, it's just a bit sharp for that, mate. It just happens. But, you know, we'll persevere because these kits are fucking beautiful and I want to paint them. I'm excited about doing a custom scheme, Joe.
Yeah?
Yeah. For the longest time, I've been like, I feel like Space Marines should be done in their chapter colours. And I know you're kind of the same, aren't you?
I am and I'm not kind of thing. Like, so I do understand for like, so obviously Toby's come to us now. He's not really worked at the channel before, but he has a massive Space Marine army and he just painted it all silver.
Yeah.
Because it makes his life easier, ultimately.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that. I'm kind of going for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but then if I do Azrael the Lion, I've got to do them properly. I'm like, nah, fuck it, they can go custom scheme. Bollocks to it.
Yeah.
So, okay, right. Let's find out what you lot have got to say. We are now on 47, chat. We're 3 away from 50. 3 away from 50. You can do it. They can do it, Joe, can't they?
Yeah.
Are you ready for hopes? Hopes galore?
I'm busy because the problem is with the Krieg. The only downside to the Krieg, every sergeant can have a power sword, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah.
But the power sword only comes in one pose.
On one specific body?
On one. Well, no, because you can have the arm on different bodies, but what the armor gives you is just a straight down vibe. So like, I've got 2 guys where I've had to. Those 2 have got the same arm, but I've changed the plasma pistol arm. So they're not just like that. So this guy, I've had to use... 2
to 50. 2 to 50, team.
This guy, I'm using a lasgun arm, so he's holding it across his body. So he's like going for a slice. I don't mind lasgunners and riflemen looking.
Mate, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. I'm with you. I miss almost the days of old tactical squads. Their poses weren't quite as cool and dynamic, but it was much easier to make everyone look a bit different. We just kind of don't have that now. We do have better overall poses, so it's not a complaint.
I think you can. I just think you can make but I think just like You can make the poses, you just have to be a bit more inventive, you know?
Yeah. The top Blood Angels player in Spain has blue Blood Angels. Ooh.
Yeah.
What's blue blood? Is blue blood deoxygenated?
Yeah.
And red blood's oxygenated, isn't it?
It's cold.
Yeah.
Or no, blue or tau. They say because the blue one's got tau blood's full of cobalt. That's why it's like. That's why it's blue.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, it's part of the law.
Is it?
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Look at that, every day's a school day. Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Pridders, for the $5 right at the start before the show even kicked off. No, you can't prove him wrong. Joe is always right, just like his opinions on Sterngard that he assumes you only roll 6s for.
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong right now. If you can't, it's because you're a coward.
I love the Sterngard models.
Where's mine? I've got 3 heavy bolters turning up today from eBay that I ordered before Christmas. It's just taken that fucking long to...
For Sterngard?
For Sterngard. So my Raven Guard are going to have 30. 30 Sterngard. It's happening.
Is that good?
Hmm?
Do you think that's good?
I don't know. I said it was going to happen and no one believed me for the longest time. I said it was going to happen and no one believed me. And then I was like, well, I'm going to do it.
And you've done it?
Yeah, so those arrived, so I just need to get those done. They're on my list already of things I need to get finished. I've got like 27, which are, well, 7. I've already got 10 painted. So I've got 17 that are half done because I was waiting for the...
I think I want to go Deathwing Terminators and Ravenwing Outriders for Beachhead.
Yeah?
Because in the Wrath of the Cock, even the bikes get -1 to wound.
Yeah.
I think I want
so what you're saying is you want me to...
I think I want
get
to...
get the bikers
I
done.
think perhaps, Joe, we sit and have a look at maybe a list. Well, I don't know. No, you know what? Do what you want. Because
that's all right, because
I might not even fucking play it. I don't want you to go, well, I'll just bait all these things and he's not even playing now.
Entirely different pose.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I've got 3 Power Sword Sergeants that are all different poses. What a world I live in. I need to make a 4th, because I've got another box of 10 at home, which I'm going to make into infantry. And then I've got another unit of 10 at home, which I'm going to give all sniper rifles.
Like Ratlings.
So they could be like Ratlings.
I'm into it. It's cool as shit.
It is 30 Sterngard, all with librarians, but it's not Librarians Conclave. I've only got, even as I have only got 6 Centurions, so which are half painted as well.
Thank you, Deeks, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Deeks. I hope that you are given a beautiful ribeye steak for dinner tonight.
Oh, I do like a ribeye.
I'm going to go for a wee.
I will allow it. You are allowed to go for the bathroom break. Thank you for the hope for Deacon before you go to the toilet.
Oh, my back! I bent over this morning.
Yeah. Tank, thank you for the $2. He says, I believe in you, Liam. You got this. Well, I mean, it's nice that you believe in me, Tank, because I don't believe in me, quite frankly. I've really struggled with the hobby over the course of the last few years. And I think there's a number of reasons. And some of it is issues that I've always had that I'm now just kind of leaning into a little bit and owning. And some of them are issues that I haven't had, but it's because of the way life is, you know. So I discovered before that, I've discovered since COVID essentially that without any shadow of doubt at all, I have a degree of autism and a significant amount of ADHD. The latter for me is probably the stronger. I'm not officially diagnosed. I don't feel like I need it, quite frankly, because it hasn't necessarily really hampered me to date, but I think it's present, and I think trying to understand it more over the last couple of years has been important. And so one of the parts for me of understanding it is trying not to force a thing, because if you force a thing and you really don't want to do it, and this is true of so many things, right? You get to a point where you kind of lose a love and you lose the passion for it to drop to piece. And when you lose a love and a passion for something, specifically like a hobby, it's quite hard, quite difficult. It takes quite a long time to recover from that. which is a problem for people in general when their hobby is their escapism and the thing they enjoy. It's even more of a problem when it's your business. So losing the passion, the love and the desire for a hobby that is what pays your wages and pays your bills and manages to put food on the table in front of your kids. This is the thing, right? There's people that, Joe said people have said things like, oh, when Liam's not there, why are we going to gift for volunteers? Like the money that it costs just to run this channel is significant because we have the studio, I have Joe as staff, etc. I've also still got all my own bills to pay, rent, food, gas, electric, the kids, etc. So losing passion and love for something at that point is really, really difficult. So what I've tried to do in my hobby, for the most part in recent years, is if I lose interest in something, I just stop doing it. And if I suddenly am interested in something else, I just lean into it. Because I think that's, for my mental state with the business of the channel, I think that's the best thing to do. But it hasn't necessarily been conducive with finishing projects or doing an army, which up until recently I've actually been fine with. And I've said for a long time that I want to paint an army, but I've been fine with the fact that I don't have a painted army that I've done myself. I've been okay with that, for the most part. Part of the reason for NYNA, part of the reason for New Year, New Army, is because come the last maybe quarter of last year, I've started to not be okay with that. And I'm now like, now I really do want to actually own something that I've painted myself that is a full army. So there has been a chemistry shift, like a kind of mentality shift and an attitude shift to it. Whether I keep up with New Year, New Army or not, I don't know. Do I think I can get to the end of this year with a fully painted army that I've done? Yeah, I do. And I might not meet the 200 points a month criteria, especially in this first 2 months, and I'm aware of the rhetoric that's going to hit the community, right? I'm aware of the story that's going to come out. In the first 2 to 3 months where I don't hit the targets, probably won't hit the targets, I'm aware what everyone's going to say and how everyone's going to behave. But this is also the first 2 months where we're opening Hobby House, launching the website, starting the shop, bringing staff in, training new people. That's going to have to take precedence. It's going to have to take precedence. It's going to have to take priority. We have no choice because I can go, I need to train some staff, but I need to actually paint my Terminators. Well, I know which one's more important in the grand scheme at that particular point in time. But I would love to be able to attend, I don't know, a fucking Beachhead 2027, right? I'd love to be able to walk into Beachhead 2027 with a Dark Angels army that I've painted throughout 2026. Yeah. And I'm going to use NYNA as part of my motivation and inspiration as well, because we've done on occasion, if you've watched the stream on Monday nights, we do Great Hall Hobby Nights and we sit and we kind of see what people have been painting in the community and it's very inspirational. I want to make a couple more. I want to do maybe 3 or 4 trips this year to Warhammer World. I always come away from Warhammer World motivated. Yeah. Always come away from Warhammer World motivated, without doubt. Especially when you walk through the Hall of Miniatures, when you do the exhibition. I always come away from there wanting to do something. Yeah. I have an incredible book at home that I bought from Warhammer World, which showcases kind of all the exhibitions they've done in the past. And I always find sometimes just sitting and looking at that and sort of skimming through that helps motivation as well. Seeing what Mecha looks like is, for me personally at least, it's great. It's great for my motivation. So, I'm going to go for it. I've got this man next to me to fucking help kick me up the arse as well.
That's never really worked in the past. So don't hold me accountable to that. I'm just saying that now.
No, but
he just goes, fuck you then.
I don't, like I said to you, like I just said to the chat, come the last quarter of the year, I think it's been a mentality shift for me. Yeah. And I think I really want to get something done that's mine. And I dug out that captain that I painted in the silver scheme. I gave you the other models, if you remember. I think I gave them to you to repaint and put in something else. The aggressors and the heavy intercessors.
Yeah. Do you want them back?
No.
Okay, I don't know where they are, so.
Good. No, I want to start this one fresh, but I liked that scheme, and I was going for it on that scheme. And then what I did on that scheme, that was actually the old Hobby Apocalypse that we used to do. I think month 3 or 4 on that scheme, I missed the target, and I got some fucking from people. Just negativity. I don't mind constructive. I don't mind like, go on, mate, you could catch up. But when it's like, man, fucking knew you'd fail. At that point, I'm like, well, fuck you. Then what's the point? So, I think
you need to get that mentality of I'm going to prove you wrong.
Right, exactly, which is literally the stream title. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. And I think I'm hoping, especially if Hobby House can start to run and start to settle and I can start to put less time into manning the shop, I think at that point, I think it'll be very easy, even sat in their shop, for my hobby fucking flow to actually kick in.
Well, there's a goal to have work tables down there, right? Like
yeah,
hobby
we say
stations.
all tables are hobby tables.
Yeah,
All tables can be anything to anyone.
yeah. Even strippers.
Even what?
Even strippers. Even
100%.
ladies of the night.
Yeah, if you want to bring strippers in, Joe,
Yeah,
as long as you've booked the space,
yeah.
bring them in.
Do what I want.
Yep.
Um,
It's not legally binding, chat,
Yeah.
for reference.
so like, mine's always been it's my job. So
Yeah, you can't really not.
yeah, but also like I do loads of stuff in my own time as well.
You do too much in your own time. quite
But
frankly.
it's like, but I've always had that mentality with a lot of my jobs. If I don't do it, no one will. So, but even in life, like, I'm always like, well, whatever happens, I'm like, well, this is my new situation. I'll just work around it now, I suppose.
Yeah.
I live here now, so I will just do it. But it's tough, you know.
You're tough.
I am tough, like sexy boot leather.
Like sexy boot leather. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I'd often describe you, Joe. Like sexy boot leather.
Yeah.
When people say to me, that friend of yours, Joe, what's he like? I like sexy boot leather is what I
Yeah.
say. Without doubt. When you painted these, did you leave the shields off?
No, I put the shields on.
Did you?
Yeah.
Loser.
Well, no, I just because you could most of the shields you can just paint around them.
Yeah.
Um,
I would normally leave the shoulder pads off and everything, but I'm not doing that. I'm leaving heads and shields off.
well, if you're
Everything
doing
else
it,
is
if
going
you're
on.
doing it all silver, right? Because you're not doing the shoulder pads a different colour, you can just leave them on.
Yeah, well, the shoulder pads will get red accents on them, I think. But I'm just like, nope, get it on. So, mentality change, though, isn't it? You know. Anyway, thank you, Evan, for the one gifted membership. You're a hero. Thank you, SFH, for the 5 gifted memberships.
SFH.
Yeah, ESS_EFF_AECH.
Oh.
SFH is what I guess it is.
CFS. TGI,
Yes.
TGIF.
Yeah.
I hope that you find a way of monetizing and making popular baked beans.
Oh, I fucking love baked beans.
Yeah,
Baked beans on toast with grated cheddar cheese on top.
yeah, and Liam Perrins.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Don't think it'll be difficult to do that. You know, just do what we just said there and you're fine.
Yeah, but like, how do you like make money from it though? Right?
We sell it.
Do you have like a baked bean shop? But that's the job for him now.
Yeah, don't solve the problem for him now, Joe.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do the work, but you will become a millionaire when you do it. So
On baked beans.
yeah,
Yeah. But you have to always wear a t-shirt, which is just a sea of baked beans.
yeah.
Thank you for the 5 gifted. We are 1 away from 50, team.
Big Fiddy.
Now, look, lately, Mr. McArdle and Mr. Matt O'Reilly haven't turned up to bail you all out, right? And so we've not been getting too close to targets lately. So I believe that the 270 people watching can prove that we don't need them. We would love them back. We don't need them.
Yeah, come back.
I believe in you. You can do it.
It's like the end of Titanic.
Thank you, Sam, for the $5. As someone who doesn't really like Games Workshop's design for Chaos Space Marines, is there a law reason they bling themselves out with so much trim? They just seem kind of tacky. That's a you question, Joe.
So there's different stories. There's different backgrounds to it. So sometimes it's just like the bling, you know. But some narratives are that the trim is often a manifestation of chaos itself, like it literally grows on the armor. So the Chaos Terminators, their tusks aren't part of the helmet. They naturally just grow them. So a lot of the stuff that establishes on their armor is like a manifestation of their bullish nature, like the trophy racks are kind of grown and
really?
pushed out. Yeah. So obviously they put the stuff on the top, but the spikes kind of appear. Have you played or watched or seen anything from like Silent Hill?
Yeah.
You know, where like Silent Hill was like a manifestation of people's grief and self-punishment and self-hating, and that's why it kind of goes all like metallic and run down and industrial.
Okay.
It's kind of like how Chaos Space Marines are, where it's just like a manifestation of their hatred and anger, and that's why it's also spiky. But I'm with you. I like my Chaos Space Marines. I prefer the kind of Night Lords situation where they don't really believe in the gods and their armor is all in kind of like disrepair. So the moment a Space Marine dies anywhere near them, they just like bundle onto it, just start like ripping all the spare parts of armor off them. So like my Chaos Space Marines have got lots of Heresy shoulder pads, lots of Marine shoulder pads, lots of different head swaps and stuff, because their armor is kind of just what they've been able to get hold of.
Yeah.
But also I like the concept that like when the Cicatrix Maledictum opened up, loads of Chaos armies appeared, like traitor armies appeared because of the tear. But for them, the scouring, the escape from terror was like 100 years ago. Like no time had passed. So they had full Heresy era everything. Like nothing bad had really happened to them. They were just like a little pocket, a little time pocket. So 10,000 plus years had passed, but for them, nothing. They'd been in the warp for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think if I ever built a Chaos Space Marine army, I think I'd want to do majoritively Heresy stuff.
Yeah.
Kit bashed in with modern day kits. I don't love this. I don't love the spike. I don't hate the spiky aesthetic. I don't love the trim. Like the trim levels on some of them are absolutely fucking mad.
So I've
like things like Helldrakes and fucking Mauler fiends. I look at them, I'm like, I can't be bothered.
So Helldrakes exist because of like the Xiphon interceptors and the planes, where like it's just been mutated. So the soul of the Helldrake is actually the pilot, who's now part of the plane ship dragon thing.
Yeah.
But no, I prefer I got the existing Raptors, torso swapped them with Heresy, head swapped them with Heresy, shoulder pad swapped them with Heresy, but the Warp Talon claws and the legs are the same.
Yeah.
So they're still super Night Lordsy because I've got all the Night Lordsy upgrade stuff from Heresy. So you've got a bit of trim and a bit of not trim.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and I really like that like, across the board with my Chaos Space Marines. So like my Chaos Space Marine Terminators are the new Terminator bodies and heads, but cataphracti arms and shoulder pads.
Do you think modern day Chaos Space Marines are like the biggest conversion army? Because it's like for the longest time people would have said no, it's orcs.
No, I think it's Chaos Space Marines. Like I said at the start of the stream, is that Chaos Space Marines are just the army that is most unique to the people that play them and run them.
Yeah. Absolutely. I bought a box of Mark III Marines to bash for 40k Iron Warriors. Makes sense.
Makes sense. I was going to do Iron Warriors, and I was looking at that new Heresy box set that's got the Breacher Marines and the Cataphracti. But I was like, I want to get my Night Lords done before anything else. And talking to Toby, he's got like 3,000 points of unbuilt Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
So I was like, you do the Iron Warriors.
Yeah, that could be a you thing.
And I've got Imperial Fists. You know, it's very rare because I like having both sides of armies that hate each other. That's why I'm waiting. So my Ultramarines are waiting for Tyrannic War Veterans to come out.
Yeah.
So what Tyrannism.
You've said about Tyrannic War Veterans for ages, though, to be fair.
But I do like the idea that I can get my Imperial Fists done, he can get his Iron Warriors done, and we can do a cool game, whether it's on pre-recorded or stream, where like one of us is attacking the fortress and the other one's defending it.
Yeah. Who's this Imperial Fist defender, don't they?
Well, it depends. Depends, right? But it would be like, normally it's the Imperial Fist defending. We could redo Storm of Iron, which is one of the best Warhammer books ever written. And it also was the first Warhammer book I ever read, which was Iron Warriors attacking Imperial Fists in a massive fortress monastery, which has got Titan battles and everything. But the fortress was made by the Iron Warriors. It's a great book. If you can get it Audible or buy the physical copy, listen to it. It's great. It's just.
I'm trying currently to collect actual physical books. I'm trying to collect physical books. So if there's at some point in the next 2-3 years where I can actually take my foot off the gas a little and sit in the quiet, I can just pick up a book and have my phone near me and just read for a few hours. I miss it.
I used to have a massive collection of Black Library books. Huge it was. But then I went for a long period of time where I was just constantly moving all the time.
Yeah.
And taking books with me everywhere got super annoying to the point where they were just sat in a box until I was kind of like moved again. So I just sold it all.
Yeah, fair.
I do. My goal this year, like I said on the stream the other day, is like I do want to move this year. I desperately want to move. I need to move. As I was explaining to chat the other day, where I basically sleep in the living room, which is also my office. So if we can go to like a bigger house where I can have an office and a bedroom, then I would like the idea. Like I was thinking about collecting limited edition books. So if you go to Warhammer World nowadays, they've got loads of the fancy limited edition books, just for sale. I'd like to like collect, a bunch of leather-bound books, to have on the shelf and look all fancy, and maybe even read them. But the problem is, at the same time, when it comes to books, is I've got Audible. I consume so many books through Audible that it's also cheaper, Because I often think, like on my holidays, if I'm sat reading, that's time when I could be building and painting.
That's fair. That's fair. Thank you, Sammy, for the $5. Thank you, Prentice, for the 1 gifted. Thank you, Sammy, then for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Miss Wicktail.
5 from Wicktail. I hope, Wicktail, that you win one of those pay 50p for a ticket raffles and you win like a fancy car.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? How fancy is the car? What is the fancy car?
I don't know, like a what are we in now? So like a 25 plate Mini or something.
Well, that's quite nice.
Yeah.
Quite a good hope, that one, Joe, to be fair. There you go. You could get a hope like that if you also give 5. We are currently on 60, chat. We are 40 away from the target. I believe in you. Thank you, Ben, for the $2. Want them to do something with agents, fun models.
Yeah, I would like to see a rerun attempt at Agents of the Imperium next edition, where they roll Deathwatch into it as a proper faction inside it, because Deathwatch is part of the Inquisition, right? It's an arm of the Inquisition. Maybe Grey Knights into it as a faction as well, but like put things like Inquisitorial Stormtroopers in it, because the fact they weren't in that book was insane.
Yeah, it did seem like an odd choice.
It's just Kassakin.
Yeah.
Kassakin painted black and red.
Yeah.
Because I would have done that immediately.
Would you?
Yeah. When Metal Kassakin were a thing, or pre-Metal Kassakin, when they actually had Inquisitorial Stormtrooper models, which were metal, I had about like 50, 60 of them. I had a full Inquisition army.
Did you?
Yeah, I fucking.
This edition, they just felt like they'd given up on agents.
Yeah, agents were kind of just like a weird. We need to find an excuse. We need to find an excuse to make a book to fit assassins in. Who else can we put in with it? We'll just put in all those weird inquisitorial kill teams.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is odd.
Yeah.
And there's some cool narrative out there about, there's lots of cool things they could probably do with it. I kind of miss allies.
The thing is, like, you think this inquisitorial armies, like people, like troopers and RBTs, stuff like that, are more common than normal Space Marines. You're more likely to see arms of the RBTs, and because there's like an Inquisition building on every planet.
Yeah.
Like a big black building. So I feel like as an army, it just needs to be something that's revisited.
Maybe it shouldn't be an army.
Yeah?
Narratively speaking, maybe it shouldn't be an army. How often maybe you know better than I do here, but how often do inquisitorial war bands go to fucking literal war?
Not very often.
Right. They just turn up and fucking blow a planet up. Off they go. So I feel like my personal opinion, and it's not popular for those people that love agents, but my personal opinion is it shouldn't even be an army. But then my own personal opinion is, and this is going to upset a lot of people, is I don't think Custodians should be a playable faction in 40k.
I don't think they should.
I think porting them across the 40k was a mistake. But hey, here we are.
But weren't Custodians a 40k faction, a playable faction before they were in Horus Heresy? I think. Don't judge me on that.
I don't know, Joe.
I think when the plastic kit came out. Oh no. The plastic kit came out in Horus Heresy first for what's it fucking called? The Burning of Prospero. And then they gave them 40k rules. But even then, they were still an ally. You couldn't do a full army of them.
I don't know. Custodians are the thing you could put in Imperial Agents.
Yeah.
If you put Custodians in Imperial Agents and you gave them access to more chaff than just the Sisters of Silence units, you might be able to power them up to a level where you don't have people taking fucking 30, 40 Custodians on a tabletop.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd also remove access to their Forge World line. Because...
You hate the Caladius.
I hate the Caladius, but also all Custodies in the narrative, all narrative in 40k, they're just going out in 2s and 3s.
Right.
Maybe a 5-man squad. But there's no tanks, no Terminators, no jump pack guys. They're not a fully mobilised faction like they were in the Heresy.
Yeah.
What I'd like to see is them release plastic versions of all the Forge World stuff and then do what they did to everyone else in 40k.
Make it all Heresy only.
Make it Heresy only.
Legends a lot.
Yeah. I'd even probably go so far as to do it to the Lancer, like the Cerastus range.
Is it just so you can laugh at Paddy's face?
No. No, because I'm a bitter Chaos player.
Yeah, fair.
Like, that Horus Heresy range was propping us up in 8th edition.
Yeah. Yeah, how many Heresy players have
And
Leviathan?
9th edition. Like, Leviathan, I've got 2 Chaos, literal Black Legion Leviathans and a Dreadclaw drop pod that I can't use.
And a Kaitan.
And a Kaitan. He's going on eBay.
Is he?
Yeah.
Giving up on him.
Giving up on the dream of the Kaitan. Off to eBay he goes.
Off goes Kerry.
Yeah. I've got 2 MOTs to pay for next month.
Each car only needs one, mate.
I know, and well, my car's not currently drivable, so I also need to repair my car. So Kerry's going to the fixing of my car. Otherwise, it's a fucking, I don't know, pedlo.
Joe Ped, we've been through it.
Where have I put?
Do a CBT.
I'm missing.
Get you on the Joe Ped.
I'm missing a guard body. Oh, there they are.
There you go, Joe Peds. Anyway, thank you, Robert. Huber, I think I've said that right, for becoming a Skull team member all by yourself. What a legend, what a hero. Thank you so much, man. And thank you, Apocamoose, for the $5. Want to start Tyranids, but the range is large and overwhelming for a new player. Unsure what direction to take now that Leviathan stock dried up.
I think in the shadow of 11th edition, you know, like the shadow of the warp, you know, great Tyranid joke there for you.
Was it?
No. I think at this point, just go for models you like.
Yeah.
Because realistically, I imagine some rules are going to change. You know, they're going to get a new codex at some point in the future. Their combat patrol's good. If you can get hold of the Christmas box, that's good. If you want to like make things cheaper for yourself. But for the moment, just look at models you like and go with those.
I think for anyone at the moment, that's a pretty sound piece of advice for now.
Yeah.
With a caveat though, there's some things I'd look at and be like, that's a really old fucking kit. Do I want to gamble that surviving?
I wouldn't spend money on the current Carnifex kit, right?
No.
That's not me talking with any level of creator intuition, you know. We were talking about this before we went live, actually, is that 10th edition, Games Workshop removed all Finecast, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much all Finecast is gone for the exception of, well, Hugh and Blackheart is now being replaced.
Yeah.
Pedro Cantor is the last remaining Space Marine.
In Finecast.
In Finecast. So, fingers crossed. Huron's being replaced now. There's nothing in Dark Eldar anymore. I think all the Finecast is gone, right? So, I was saying my prediction for the next stuff is the sprues that don't have numbers on them, which includes all the vehicles in Chaos. So the Predator, the Rhino, the Vindicator, the Land Raider. Interestingly, the Baneblade doesn't have numbers, you know. The Basilisk.
I can't see the Baneblade being replaced.
The Baneblade won't get replaced. It might get maybe a new kit.
No, I don't think it will.
What else? Devilfish, does that have numbers?
Eldar tanks?
Yeah, the Wave Serpent, the Viper, the Falcon. Just trying to think now. What other ones in there? A lot of the guys. Oh, the entire Catachan range.
Yeah.
You know.
They don't have numbers. Who knows?
The moment that Catachan range comes out, I'm just going to go into building hibernation.
What about Seth? Seth isn't playable anymore.
Seth's not playable. Legends.
I don't think they still have a model anymore, do they?
Yeah. I would be interested to see if the Legends list makes it.
To the new edition?
To the new edition.
I don't think it does.
I think it's gone.
Yeah, I think it. They go, hey, you've had fun with it with Legends for an edition. Off it goes. Again, we don't know any of this, by the way. We don't get told nothing anymore.
Yeah. So that's my prediction.
I think Joe swore about them far too many times.
You did.
I don't think I did, Joe. Perfect manners, me. I am nothing but polite.
Yeah, I think 11th edition, there's going to be somewhat of a clean slate being created.
Yeah. It's an interesting question. Like, the range is overwhelming. I get that. I don't know if you. I think maybe to start with, what might be worth doing, and this is kind of contrary to what Joe just said, but what might be worth doing is it might be worth grabbing the book, looking through the detachments, and seeing if there's one that sings to you, and one that you go, I really like that. So you might decide that there's one that you really like, which favours things like worm-based creatures, Ravenous, Trigons, Trigon Primes, etc. I would then also spend some time scrolling through the Games Workshop Tyranid page, load up all the results and have a look through. This is one of the things I do all the time for model ranges. And then you might go, I really fucking like the Morlock kit. I'm not really bothered by the Carnifex kit.
Doesn't have numbers.
Doesn't have numbers?
No.
Okay. But for example, right, you might go, actually, I'm a huge fan of gaunts, and I think that with the War Hipster painting guide, I can knock out gaunts in no time at all. Blah, 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 blah. Whichever it is, you might, and then you go, actually, and also I found this attachment that works. At that point, I think for Tyranids, because it is quite a large range, pick a focus maybe. So maybe your focus is Vanguard organisms, maybe your focus is worm-based organisms.
Without sounding like an online hipster, read a book, man, you know, or an audio book, and just go through stories that have Tyranids in.
Yeah.
Right? Because that might also influence, you know, you're like, oh, I really like that Tyranid organism, I really like that Tyranid organism. Death Welders, great Tyranid book. They're the main baddie. There's like catachans on a planet that's being slowly absorbed by Tyranids. Play Space Marine 2, you know. Listen to Devastation of Baal. Just like, if you can get hold of it, I had a copy and I gave it to my good friend Dan. My favourite Forge World book ever created, The Amphibian Project, which is about a AdMech research facility, an inquisitorial research facility where they've got a bunch of gaunts and Tyranids they're doing experiments on. Guess what? It all goes bad.
Yeah. I've seen people that have had some success by doing things like, I'm starting by building my Tacticus wing of my Primaris army. Now I've done that and I'm happy with that. I'm going to build my Gravis wing of my Primaris army. I've done that now. I'm now going to bring my Phobos wing in. You know, I think you could do similar with Tyranids. I think you can. But Wicktail says it above as well. Models are around for 10 plus years. Rules are only for a few. So just buy cool models, 100%. Why can't a member gift have a comment? I don't know, Grimdark. I don't know. Thank you so much, Cray, for 10 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Craig. What was that about the comment?
Grimdark says, why can't a member gift have a comment? I feel like it should. I feel like if you gift 5 members, you should be able to put a comment in as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But no, double monetized.
Yeah.
Who gifted?
Cray.
Cray, I hope that this year you find the joy of sea fishing.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much, Cray. And then thank you, Roland Bain, for the $20. This is a big one for you, Joe. It's a big amber one.
Yeah.
It's definitely something you know. How can Guard win against Custodes?
Damage 3. So the new Guard
I
detachment.
can leave you to talk about that for a second, right?
Yeah, the new Guard detachment. Jizzled Company with a U. You go downstairs to the toilet?
No, there's a reason.
Oh, okay. The Jizzled Company. Because in that one, Bulgrin can receive orders. In that detachment, if a unit is under orders, it gets to reroll ones to hit. Or Ogrins can get it. So, first off, I would put in a unit or 2 units of 6 Bulgrin because Bulgrin have -1 damage, a Philno plane, and a 4-up invuln. I'm seriously ruining this guy's arms. But also the re-rolls, you also, under the order of influence, you re-roll ones to wound if they're on an objective as well. So Bulgrins are incredible in it. You can put a Commissar in that unit. But it also affects other units like Scions, like Kassakin, and tanks primarily. So you can have a Rogel Dawn tank commander under the influences of its own take aim, getting reroll hit and wound rolls of 1 at damage 3, which is obviously very, very good versus Custode. So I would take 2 units as an average of Bulgrin as a fucking wall in front of you, just moves forward slowly, maybe with a few squads of other guard infantry just to kind of stand in the way. And then you back it up with 2 or 3 Rogal Dorn tank commanders. I'm a big fan of the 15-man, the 15-man Scion squad, which is a 10-man and a 5-man command squad joined together, because when they deep strike in, you can then put an order on them and obviously take aim, and then you can have 3 or 4 plasma guns, 3 or 4 melter guns that re-roll all hits and wounds with sustained hits. I think that new guard detachment is really, really good. If you get the Krieg artillery as well, feeling a bit spicy, that's damage free and shoots indirect. And that can take orders. You know?
It's a long way up and down those stairs.
Yeah. And it's cold.
It is, yeah. I'm going to jump ahead to something as well quickly.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump ahead to the last super chat we've had. We will get through everything, don't worry.
Yeah.
From Luke Piewalker.
Yeah.
He said, speaking of Tyranids,
Yeah.
has Joe received his Hierophant yet? And that's why I ran
You ran
downstairs.
downstairs to go get it from your
Because
car.
it's in the boot of my car.
Yeah.
So, that was a long way. What I have here, Joe,
Yeah.
for Joe, is his birthday Hierophant.
And it comes in such a sleek box as well.
Whew.
So it says, so can take aim and rapid fire. Yes. So you go take a Kassakin can have 2 orders, so you can take aim and front rank, second rank, so you get more shots with sustained hits with Acadian Castellan and just blitz people. There's also an order which is attached to an enhancement where if you target someone within 12 inches, you get +1 AP, which can also be on a tank commander.
So, apologies. I did actually bring this in on Tuesday as well.
Yeah. Someone says do a stream building. I don't know how long it's going to take to build and paint, but I probably have to paint it in sub-assemblies. Katie of Tabletop Tactics, who have been following on Instagram, she's been building one of these, and it seems to have taken her quite some time.
Yeah, well, like I said, apologies. I did bring it in on Tuesday. I had it with me on Tuesday because it's it was the first day I've seen you since
Technically
Christmas.
does have numbers.
And then I forgot about it because there's been carnage here this week.
But it's like, the instructions are glue things to bits.
But Joe has his Hierophant.
I'm very excited. I played the Hierophant mission on Space Marine 2 the other day, actually.
Got a cool face.
Yeah. And as we were talking about the other day, is that in the tunneling detachment, one of these can come out of the hole in the tunneling detachment. And then someone says, you can't move them on the table. Well, in the tunneling detachment, it can go down a hole and then come back up another hole.
You can move it wherever you want then.
Yeah. The thing is, I took Tyranids to Beachhead last year.
Did you?
But it would be funny to take
A Hierophant.
a Hierophant to Beachhead this year.
But it's lovely noise on the microphone, that.
Yeah.
Chat, we're also on 70 members. You are 30 away from 100 members. 100 members. And there is 250 people watching, so it can definitely be done.
There was a rumour that all Forge World, like the big Forge World stuff, was going to go from 40k. I think it's going to stay because people are still buying them, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm okay. I don't personally care if they go because I'm like things like my Thunderhawk that I need to paint at some point is more about it being a centerpiece than it being a playable model.
The Thunderhawk, because of its size and how it builds, is also a great piece of terrain.
Yeah. It's also something that in the future, if they get rid of the rules, it wouldn't be too difficult for us to come up with custom rules for the channel to use.
Well, I think you just, because I'd be tempted before 11th edition drops, is print off or just download all Legends rules and the Forge World rules for stuff like this, because then you can still use it, right? Look at that for a piece of resin.
Is that what was in there?
Yeah,
Just the body piece?
that's just his body.
That's a weird colour, isn't it, for Forge World resin?
Yeah. That's look how teeny weeny he is. Woo.
Cool.
Um,
Look how happy he is, chat.
Oh, I've been so excited for this. I fucking love the Hierophant. I do love Tyranids in general. I just think they're just... Games Workshop just kind of put them in a position where they're just not really active in the game anymore. How long his leggy is. So that's like how tall it is off the ground. Maybe I just bin off everything else and paint this guy.
Does this now get added to your pile of unpainted stuff that needs to be finished by?
Yeah, it's already on the list, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're happy, mate.
I'm very happy. I fucking love this guy. Coming to a table near you. Resin. It is. You are right though. It is a weird colour. I'm wondering if it's cheaper resin.
It's like a weird gum colour, isn't it?
Maybe it's just like a fine. Maybe it's like a finer resin because like the top of the guy is all like the chitin is like all textured, whereas that isn't. It's not a recast polychrome.
I mean, it's come in an official Forge World box, and it didn't cost me recast prices.
Yeah, and it has the official Forge World stamp.
You've just watched him open it live on air.
Yeah. It would have saved Liam a lot of money if he'd bought the recast, but we don't condone recast on the channel.
I don't. Anyway, Robert, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Daniel, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Drew Matthew, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. And Robert Fanilson, thank you for 5, Joe.
5 gifted memberships.
Gifted memberships.
I hope that you, every day, are given a wonderful, not weird sponge bath.
Okay, cool.
I only saw that because someone just said, make sure you wash it. I'll give it a wonderful little bath before I build it.
I think the body is a lighter resin, so it doesn't collapse under its own weight. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, I've got some spare bits of the Tyranid Kill Team terrain at home, which I've not used. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically have one that sits underneath the piece of the body to stop it from dipping.
Just use good super glue, you'll be fine.
Well, because it's supposed to stand on those points.
Right.
Its big spindly legs are what's supposed to hold it up, but they just go wah underneath it. So by having like a bit of Tyranid terrain like underneath the body, that stops it from bowing outwards. It gives it a place to sit. Very excited.
Thank you, Evan, for the $5. If you had a Games Workshop voucher and there were 2 things you know you were going to get regardless, would you wait to spend it on them or just go and have fun?
Well, it depends, right? What is it coming out? There needs to be more clarification because, like, if it's out now, I just buy it, right?
I think if you had a voucher and you knew you were going to get these things for certain, I think I'd wait.
Yeah, just if you know they're coming out and they're coming out in the time frame that your voucher lasts for, just wait. Just be patient, because you never know. You might spend the money now. That thing might come out in the future, and then you're like, oh no, I've got no money to buy those things. Hobbycraft says, what size base does it go? It doesn't have a base.
So no pivot tacks.
So no pivot tacks.
Does anyone use that?
What, the pivot?
Yeah.
At tournaments they do. But
do they?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I thought
about the Tau Kill Team and the Twin Lance Crisis. Those suit characters look... I can't tell if they're good or not because the picture of them looked awful. I think the colour they painted them made them look a bit weird, the twins. I'm looking forward to the new Prime.
I forgot about those twins altogether.
Yeah?
I forgot they existed.
Because I was talking to, but we're saying like, oh, there's still, what stuff's still to come out? And I'm like, well, you've got the Crisis Suit people, and you've got new Tyranid Prime, which I'm hoping is also a look into the future, and we get new Tyranid Warriors, because the Tyranid Warrior kit is a bit poopy.
Pooper.
It doesn't help their rule. I also can't justify like near 50 quid for 3 models that are like 50 points. They're not even that good, and they're not good anymore. It was easier in 9th edition when Warriors were broken. You could only win them on 4s.
Yeah, if they were beautiful, you could kind of justify it. If the rules are really good, you can kind of justify it. When they have neither of those things...
Yeah, when they got bad rules and bad models.
Yeah,
like,
quite. I honestly, Evan, I would probably wait if I was able to sit here and think about it logically. I would probably wait, but I know I'm going to get it, and this is a way of making it either cheaper or free for me, so I get the thing that I really want and I pay nothing for it. That being said, when you've added the caveat, you're going to get them regardless. If you know that budget's not an issue and money's not an issue, there's other things that you could be tempted by and other things you're interested in. Depending on how long you're waiting for these things to come out, just spend the vouchers.
Yeah.
Off you go. So, not a great answer because I said do both, but arguably do both.
Yeah.
Mikey, thank you for the one gifted. Awful Gamer, thank you for the $10. How's it going, TJ? Wish I could be excited for my Crimson Fists again, but standard Space Marines are a chore at the moment.
Strong disagree.
Do you?
But
Do you strong disagree?
I mean, you could get Lysander and paint him up and like and just run him as a Crimson, or run your Crimson Fist as Imperial Fists without Pedro. I was looking at as a Crimson Fist player with 3 drop pods. I know you've got those drop pods. That new drop pod detachment's quite good. I was actually lying in bed last night trying to write my Raven Guard Stern Guard army into that drop pod detachment. But then I was like, surely you just don't take the drop pods and you just give 3 units of Stern Guard Deep Strike.
I mean, the drop pods are nice for the reroll ones to hit and wound, though.
Yeah, but if you're going into, it depends on how many you're bringing down at once, because Stern Guard reroll all hits and wounds into the oath target anyway.
Yeah.
So I do think you just give the Stern Guard Deep Strike and just let them go ham on the oath target, because you could just you can literally bring them down wherever you want. And I think that's quite narrative in that detachment. You can also get some Centurions and give them Deep Strike. I think the biggest problem that generic Space Marines have now, and it's been doubly reinforced by Victrix Honor Guard, is that generic Space Marines don't have a good combat unit.
Blade Guard?
Blade Guard are okay. They are not great, because they're 4 attack, strength 5, AP 2, damage 2.
I do feel like something like a jump pack intercessor with a chainsword isn't as frightening as it should be.
No.
And I'm not saying that they should be incredible, because they're not very expensive in terms of points, but like an Astartes with a chainsword should be pretty terrifying. And if you see a unit of Astartes with chainswords, for the most part you're like, whatever.
Well, it's also like Vanguard vets have got a damage 1 power sword. I think if Vanguard vets had a damage 2 power sword, or had access to power fists or lightning claws again, like how they used to, I think Games Workshop's waiting for a new box set to come out before they give the Vanguard vets new rules. I think Games Workshop could pull the biggest, most hilarious joke and put Vanguard vets into Kill Team, so then they can charge you a premium, like how they've done to Raptors, which I will not forgive them for.
I mean, once they're out, they're not that bad now, are they? Because they do 2 boxes, they do the Kill Team box, and they do the one without the rules, which is cheaper. Is that not right?
But only after that season of Kill Team has ended. So it takes like a year, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Because so the Death Corps of Krieg have now finally got a box set that's not Kill Team.
Yeah.
But it took 3 years.
Which is cheaper.
Yeah. So we might get like the Raptors in their own Raptor box,
But you'd rather have the Raptors as a kill team and charge a premium in the new style than not have an upgrade at all.
Oh, 100%.
Well, there you go. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It says you won't like just have a 30 stone guard drop pod arming.
There we go.
New detachments view.
Nailed it already, TJ.
Yeah, so you can run the narrative now.
Just solved all your problems in one fucking hit. Look at that. Liam and Joe counselling sessions.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $10 though, TJ. Miss you.
Yeah.
Chat, we're still on 70 members.
Pedro with company heroes. You can have Pedro company heroes and a lieutenant. I think if you're taking company heroes, you do pay the points to put the lieutenant in, just to make them a bit better. Yeah, company heroes. Blade Guard are the only real choice, I think, for Space Marines at the moment, because Terminators are a bit poo. But
even new Assault Terminators?
New Assault Terminators are better because they battle shock every turn, not just when they charge.
Hit on 3s instead of 4s.
And hit on 3s now, yeah. So that's why I kind of want to get my Imperial Fist done, because I do think that they could be a good fun army to play with.
There you go. We solved your problems.
Yeah.
You're a legend. Chat, you are still on 70 members. Our Tuesday team was 75 members. If Thursday team wants to be better than Tuesday team, we need at least 6. If you want to be the best Thursday team, we need at least 30.
Where's my rules?
Hit me, chat. Thank you, Tank, who is unknowing, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Tank. I hope that you
He hopes that you. It's a great television joke.
Get taken to Toby Carvery this Sunday.
You have so many hopes that revolve around a Toby Carvery.
I love a Toby Carvery. 49.
You fucking love a Toby Carvery, don't you?
I just like Carveries. They're just so great. Just something about the roast dinner.
Thank you so much, Andrew Middlemass, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Andrew Middlemass. I hope that you win a holiday for 2 to stay in a cabin in the Cotswolds.
All right.
This summer.
All expenses paid, or?
Just the hotel and, maybe travel.
Okay.
I don't want to bankrupt this business that's putting in there.
No,
Where are all the 49 arms gone? Oh, there it is. There's one. Or one. The sniper rifle in this box set's quite sexy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Thank you so much, also, Mikey, for the 1 gifted. Thank you, Tank, for $5. Thinking ahead for Windsor Grand Tournament, do you think Bastion with a Battle Line Deathwing Knight and other Battle Line can be better than 3 times Deathwing Knights in Wrath of the Rock? No.
No?
Bastion is the new Battle Line detachment, isn't it?
Yeah, Wrath of the Rock is just better.
Mm-hmm.
Wrath of the Rock is just... The flat -1 to wound across the board is just so good.
It's very good.
It's like... Yeah, it is just great. You can't really argue against it, to be honest. Yeah, I can't think of any reason not to take it.
Like, Bastion, you can work, and having a unit of Deathwing Terminators as battle line is kind of cool and funny, especially because they can advance and charge, advance and action. If you've got Deathwing Terminators with a character, because the only way you can do that, obviously, is to have the enhancement. To advance and action seems like a waste, of course. It's a possibility, though. Advance and charge is fine.
I think the thing is, if you're looking to do that...
But Wrath of the Rock gives you an advance and charge strat.
Yeah, if you're looking to... And also, the great thing about Wrath of the Rock is it allows you to pick a second oath target, which, because I've talked about this on the channel a couple of times, is the moment you're... Like, the problem with Space Marines is the moment your oath target dies, you've got no army rule.
I do think, though, that second oath target, there is a caveat. It is I think the second oath target stratagem for Wrath of the Rock is great, but I think it comes with an Azrael tax.
What's the Bastion rule?
I think if you don't have the Azrael tax of I get an extra CP, you need at least a captain in the army so that you can reduce it by 1 CP. Then he's got to be the guy who does the Wrath of the Rock, thingy. So
I went on. So on Android, you have Google News where if you pull left on the side, right, and there was a thing, I can't remember what it was, and I clicked on it and it took me to a news website. I think it was about the snow, so it would have been like the Mail or County Gazette or whatever, and I'd accidentally pressed accept cookies.
Right.
Since then, I've been called about 37 times and received 1 million emails from spam accounts. And I'm like, I hate the internet.
I am the person who goes in there now and manually rejects all of them.
Yeah, it go through. But now there's websites where if you don't accept cookies, you have to pay to go on their website.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I just won't read what you're putting out. What was I looking for? Bastion, right?
Carl Thanos.
Yeah, that's what. When he said Bastion the first time, I was like, oh, we're Age of Sigmar questions now, right? Bastion Task Force. Adept Astartes battle line units from your army are eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which they advance or fell back. Are eligible to shoot to start, to perform an action in a turn in which they fall back. Each time Adept Astartes battle line unit from your army is selected to attack. After resolving those attacks, select one enemy unit hit by one of those attacks until the end of the turn. It's Auspexed. Each time a Adept Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets that Auspex scanned unit, re-roll the hit roll of 1. Someone said, I think it's the new Black Templar detachment. I disagree. Because in Black Templars, you only take Sword Brethren, and they re-roll hits anyway because you're putting a Castellan in, really. But I think this is a good Imperial Fist detachment, right? Because if you're taking a lot of intercessors and heavy intercessors, it makes things like Terminators better.
Yeah.
It's
a cool, I think if you're spamming, Bastion's a cool detachment if you're spamming assault intercessors on foot.
Yeah, Codex, assault intercessors on foot, normal intercessors. You could take it as Blood Angels, but I don't see why you would, because you could take assault intercessors on foot with a Sangria Priest in there, which makes them more like AP2.
Makes Space Pools battle line a bit better.
And then, Space Pools.
Although, obviously, Blood Claws have advance and charge already, but they then get full back in charge and advance and action, which is quite nice.
There's one here for 1 CP. It's the shooting or fight phase where you reroll hit rolls of 1, but if it's Auspex scans, you get reroll wound rolls of 1. Again, still very good on Terminators.
I don't know. I think for what you're saying, I honestly think the better choice is 15 Deathwing Knights in Wrath of the Rock. I don't think Bastion's a bad detachment. I think there's some fun stuff to it. There's some cool combinations. But I just think Wrath of the Rock Deathwing Knights is just so good. And the thing is with Wrath of the Rock Deathwing Knights, the other bonus you have is any other infantry or mounted unit that you put in that detachment also gets the Wrath of the Rock benefit.
Yeah.
Which is super tasty.
This is a good detachment for armies that don't have good detachments already. Because the problem is, right, looking through this, right...
The problem with everything in Space Marines, Joe, is it's not Gladius.
Is you have to Auspex a unit, right? And your battle lines... I think so. When I look at this, it says battle line, I'm like, it has to be heavy intercessors. Because to Auspex stuff, you have to hit it, right? With shooting, which means that when you shoot someone, that person can then see you. And normal intercessors just evaporate. So your battle lines are going to disappear so quickly.
But the same goes for what I've already said though. Ultimately, in terms of good detachments, if you're thinking about, I might make this one work, just take Gladius because it's better.
It's just better.
The bank of strats are incredible.
Yeah, someone saying that because it says you don't like it makes Crusaders and Sword Bros better now though. I was like, it doesn't, because like the thing about Gladius is that does have advance and charge, fallback and charge. It has a reactive move strat. It gives you
Fight on death.
Fight on death. It gives you you don't need lethal hits because your units already have lethal hits, kind of thing. It doesn't like if you're taking Crusaders, you've already got sustained hits. You just live for longer and are better in Gladius.
Yeah. To answer tanks though, I think Wrath with 15 Deathwing Knights is still better. I think that what you're suggesting has some play and could be fun. I just think Wrath is better, to be honest. Thank you, Andrew Middlewest, for the 5 Canadian. Out of all guard detachments, which do you think embodies Savlar Chemdogs the closest? Also, would you issue Melta Plasma to show scavenger nature?
I think if you're scavengers, right, you're going to be low on resources. So I do think flamers, grenade launchers are probably better, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Plasma weaponry is that is more temperamental and doesn't live as long. So you want hard rounds and liquid fuel. Maybe the Rizzled Company. You know, the new one, you know, it's just a veteran guardsman detachment and it's the best one. So that one. Or the Scouty infantry one.
Yeah, I think both of them would fit.
Yeah.
The veteran one fits because Chemdogs would be, they're scavengers, they've lived for so long, they're veterans, essentially, aren't they? So.
Or you can go for the transport detachment. I don't like it because transports are easy to destroy. I don't like any detachment that relies on transports at all. But it is narrative if you want to do a more Grenadiers style army.
Yeah, I think so. Cool. I love Chemdogs.
I think they're cool. I think they're an army that would benefit from a kill team.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think kill team is Games Workshop's way, should be using it as a way of releasing plastic infantry for all the different guard detachments. Because as long as you've got 1 or 2 crouching legs in that plastic kit, the player base can then like run with it in terms of conversions. I made an entire Valhallan army off of 1 Krieg kill team.
Yeah.
Like
possible.
My entire army was made before the Krieg release.
Yep.
And that includes artillery teams and heavy weapon squads. And I'd do the same if they did Katachan in Kill Team, I'd immediately have an army of them. Yeah. If they did Praetorian Iron Guard in it, you wouldn't see me for a week because I'd just be jacking it. And then I'd build an army.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you, Robert, for the 1 gifted. Thank you, Clem Fandango, for the 1 gifted. And thank you, Average British Nerd, for 10 gifted memberships.
I hear you, Clem Fandango. 10, Average British Nerd?
Yeah.
I hope that you get a £100 Nando voucher.
Oh, I love Nando's.
I love a cheeky Nando's.
I've been to Nando's for
ages.
ages.
I'm getting cheeky Nando's on Saturday, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah. I went to Nando's on Boxing Day. So we went to pool for the day. And we got a fancy lunch because I had a £50 voucher and the heating didn't work. It's fucking freezing.
But so you got super hot chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you for that. For those gifted. We're on 80 right now, chat. We're actually only 20 away from hitting 100 members, which is insane. Thank you, 3 nickels for the $5. He says, for Dark Angels, do you think they'll do a Risen kit or a detachment?
They've already done one.
Have they?
Yeah, Inner Circle Companions. They're all Risen, aren't they?
Are they Risen?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the Risen kit is Inner Circle Companions?
Basically, yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate the Risen narrative with a passion,
Why?
right? I hate it so much.
Hit me, why?
This is bullshit, right? So 10,000 years of the Dark Angels seeking all of the Space Marines that were on Caliban,
Yeah.
right? That all turned.
All
That
the
technically
traitor.
all did turn traitor, right? With Luther, but obviously not all of them were in the know. They weren't all Luther's sides, but they've all been on the run, right? And they've all done always following orders kind of thing. But in the Lion book, the Foresty Walk one, it's like he had a fallen with him that was literally possessed. He's like, "Oh, I forgive you. You weren't to know, you know." And there's so many there's so many people. They've been doing dirty shit for 10 years to survive, killing civilians, hanging around with chaos. Like they're now traitors by the sheer fact of the need to survive, which is unfair. But like, they didn't turn themselves in, did they?
No, yeah. And they just went, yeah, sorry.
They went, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah.
And the Lion's like, the Lion, who's literally, his entire thing is seeking out bad people, like finding traitors, seeing nefarious things. Like his special ability is looking at people and knowing the truth.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, this guy's got a demon in him. I do feel sorry for him." You know, it's bullshit. And the whole forest walk thing can get in the bin as well. He's like, "Oh, I've got this special power now because I feel empathy." It's like, you know, the only ship that can't sink, friendship, you know, is like, it bugs the shit to me. I could get past the whole Lady of the Lake scenario of the Emperor fishing in a boat that then gives him a shield, because the whole like Arthurian legend. I can get past that as a thing, but the whole, "Oh, I stepped through a door, I'm now on a different planet." These literal mud-covered hobos seem to have a relic of the Dark Age, which also happens to be a Primarch-sized pistol. I'm like, nah.
Some people were just never happy, chat. Do you think they'll get a resin detachment in the new edition?
Probably.
I think you can probably make it fit.
But because like, what is the point? Because the whole Risen bit completely flies in the face of the entire aspect of the Raven Wing.
Yeah.
Without the Fallen, there is no Raven Wing.
No, because that's the whole job is to hunt them.
Yeah. Like what? Like the whole secrecy thing of the inner circle. What's the point? I don't think it's like, if they're like, our only job now is to find Luther.
Vandross.
Yeah. It gets me. The thing is though, like, they have this great lore about the fact that Luther has escaped the Rock. They don't know where he is, right? That happened mid-10th.
Yeah.
No, start of 10th, because the Luther book came out just after the Lion came out, or maybe just before. So it was late 9th, start of 10th, and they've just screwed up, thrown in the bin. You know, that whole lore.
I also am not a fan of the Risen narrative. I don't like the idea that they just get pardoned.
Yeah.
It irritates me a bit.
Because the lore around Cypher was just so much better.
The lore around Dark Angels in general, when they have this like shady past that they're hiding from everybody, and they could be in combat alongside you as a chapter, and then they'll just fucking disappear. Yeah. So they've got this reputation of not necessarily being reliable. That's because they've found a trace of the Fallen, they've gone. Like that narrative is part of what pulled me in years ago to Dark Angels and why I love it so much. And to be like, yeah, so this guy here is basically got a demon inside him, which is like one of the most heretical things that can possibly happen. Don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, as much as the book was incredible, the end and the death kind of ruined Cypher.
Why?
Because they told you who he was.
Okay.
And it was just like, it might not be him anymore. Like, he's disappeared, so he was a librarian.
Well, the thing as well with Cypher is, specifically in this edition, Cypher was a conscious decision this time that he only went into the Chaos Space Marine book.
Yeah. But he spent the end of 9th edition hanging around with Gilliman.
Right.
He helped Gilliman get to Terra.
But in 9th edition, he could be taken in Chaos Space Marines or in Dark Angels, right? And now he's just which is interesting. I don't think we'll get a Risen kit specifically. I can't see them doing anything else to Dark Angels until they've redone Ravenwing, quite frankly. As for a specific Risen detachment, I don't think it will be called a Risen detachment. I think there'll be one that you go, oh, that fits, but you know.
Also, why is no one talking about the fact that Ravenwing Outriders were shown off in Dawn of War 4 trailer? No one's talking about it.
Some people probably are. Deeks, thank you for the $5. Get on, Dempsey, you've got this. The pic of the Grav Captain you posted in Thanes was awesome. That's my test scheme, colour scheme thing from years ago. We'll see. I can get the next 2 of these done and built before Saturday, which means that on Saturday I can then have them base coated and sprayed and washed, and then I can start painting colours on.
I might build some Sentinels today.
And then we've got to get through the rest of this first. We've still got 20 members to go, chat. You can do it. I believe in you. Thank you, Andrew Middlemass, for 5 more Canadian dollars. Do you think 11th will make significant changes to detachments, and by proxy, will the Tyranid Warrior detachment get better? I don't know.
Oh, no. Hang on.
Do I think it'll make significant changes to detachments? No. Don't think so. Because I can't see 10th being a reset edition and then 11th making significant changes.
No, So I'd be interested. I would be surprised if the Grotmus detachments made it into 11th.
Okay. Yeah, fair. That's reasonable, I think.
I think if Games Workshop was smart in terms of trying to balance an entire new edition, you remove the inclusion of all Grotmus and additional detachments from the line. Obviously, the 500 Worlds ones are in a physical book, so unless they say that this is available in the new one. But I think that they should just bin off all the detachments and maybe just give you... I would like to see the 11th edition come with a bunch of generic detachments that everyone can take.
I'd like that, but I don't know if it's possible.
I don't think it is possible because of the way different armies interact.
Yeah, right.
But the thing is, though, detachments take so long to write and play test and make function, and they still get it wrong, right? It's like, have these been play tested with 11th edition even in mind? Kind of thing. Because when the new codexes come out, I can't imagine all these Space Marine detachments are going to be available to use when the new Space Marine Codex comes out, because that would be the first or second. So what's mental, right? If you think about it, we're getting a new Space Marine Codex this year.
We probably are, yeah. Because it's 11th edition.
It's 11th edition. And it's always the
Which
first...
Which means that the current fucking 18 that are on the website then become obsolete.
Yeah.
Immediately, probably.
Yeah, I reckon they get rid of them all. I just don't see it surviving. I think it goes. Because I think it's too much of an admin headache.
Yeah.
You might get the launch of 11th edition, a full wipe, and the new ones in December this year, because I don't see them recreating Grotmus the way it happened this year.
No, and I also...
that was a fucking...
This year was shit.
That was awful.
And I also can't think that they're going to actually make monumentally sweeping changes to how your army is built necessarily, because that would anger people quite a lot, actually. So I think that maybe detachment wipes and resets is what we'll see, but I don't think we'll see unit. I don't think you're not suddenly going to see Deathwing Knights costing 400 points, and do you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. So
I don't see detachments going away either.
No, I don't.
I think detachments are good. they're not created equally.
No, I think it's
more thought. But then the team that created 10th edition is not the team that's making 11th.
right.
Right.
And I think that the biggest point is one you've just made. I think that if they really want to make a good go of 11th, I don't think they need to change loads and loads of rules. I think there's 2 to 3 major things they need to do. One of them is that they need to come up with something casual way of playing, which doesn't involve fucking secondaries and actions, so that people that aren't fucking sweaty dickheads can actually enjoy a nice game of Warhammer as well. One of the other things I think they need to do is exactly what you said. They need to look at detachments and go, like, the Space Marine detachments came out, it was like, well, Gladius, maybe Stormlance. Probably
Gladius has been the best detachment of the game since the start of 10th edition.
Exactly, which is they've not done a good job, because you want to be looking at. I want to be looking at less detachments, maybe 3 detachments, and I want to be going, fuck, I don't know which one to take.
Yeah.
I don't know which one to pick because that's got this really cool thing, and that's got this really cool thing, and that's got this really cool thing. I also, my personal opinion is, I think the detachments, if they give you a cool thing, they should give you a negative.
Yeah.
I like a trade-off.
Well, I think you should. I think I'd like to see. If you're taking the drop pod detachment, you cannot take fortifications. You know, no one's taken the fucking thing apart from Jill. But
the Hammerfall bunker.
Yeah.
Go on, Jill.
But Jill, I'm sorry, if you take drop pods, you can't take the Hammerfall. Okay, despite the fact that it does actually deep strike according to Space Marine 2.
Yes.
But, or like if you take drop pods, you can't take non-fly vehicles. Kind of thing. But then I'd like to see Space Wolves, Black Templars, Blood Angels, Dark Angels all become their own codex.
Brothers is right. You can now give it deep strike, Joe.
You can now
The new
give it
detachment.
yeah,
You
that
can
is
deep
true.
strike a Hammerfall bunker.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm into it.
Thing is though, the 500 Worlds detachments are the Space Marine 2 detachments.
They are, yeah.
Right, because you've got the tactical detachment. It's just the Space Marine 2 detachments. But all the successor chapters or the supplement chapters now have to become their own codex, right? Because they've shown it works. Because Templars have their own impulsors, repulsors, stern guard, terminators, right? So you can do the same for the rest of the stuff. But also, in terms of balancing the game, it becomes a lot easier because of the prime example of the junior personal investigators, the jump pack intercessors, because a Blood Angels jump pack intercessor, a Raven Guard jump pack intercessor, an Imperial Fist one, and an Iron Hands shouldn't be the same points.
No, because they're all very different levels.
Function so differently, you know. Two of them get nothing, you know, because their detachments are pretty poo. The Raven Guard one you can make uppy downy and be harder to hit, and the Blood Angels one has every single rule in the planet.
Yeah,
you know, they have to become their own thing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've always been like, I don't know whether I would go standalone codex or whether I would go kind of like mixed together. Whether you go the Chaos route or you go the Space Marine route. I think nowadays
Chaos need to go down the Space Marine route.
With wait, you mean the other way around? I think he said that the other way around, chat, to be fair. What would you guys do? I think I would like Ultramarines and Space Wolves and Blood Angels to have their own book that doesn't cross-pollinate. That's what I think I would like. Because I think that having, like Joe says, a unit of jump pack intercessors that then have access to 20-odd data sheets, 20-odd detachments worth of rules, it means that you can't, and some of them can only be taken by Blood Angels, some of them can only be taken by Space Wolves. It kind of means it's hard to point them correctly because Blood Angels players love jump pack intercessors, but Iron Hands players probably don't take them at all. I don't know how much they're separating off the kind of data when they're looking into that as well. This should be quite interesting. I'll talk to him when he gets back. And Nick, I'm going to have to raise your super chat when he gets back as well because I don't know what I think about that one and he's probably got an opinion. But hey, we're still 20 members away from 100. There is still Ooh, 235 people watching. You lot are fucking incredible. The amount of you people at midweek who sit and watch us and chat and super chat and gift is incredible, by the way. Absolutely incredible. So thank you, you wonderful humans. We love you. Even if Joe's bladder can't last a full stream at all. I miss individual codexes. Yeah, I think I do. I think I would because the thing is, if you put Blood Angels in their own codex, and you put Jump Pack Intercessors in the Blood Angels book, and they have access to +2 strength and +1 attack and all that kind of stuff from their detachment, you can point them accordingly. But if you have them in a generic Space Marine book that has access to, well, Blood Angels have access to, and Space Wolves have access to, and Ultramarines have access to, etc., it's then difficult to point them accordingly. Like Joe said, literally just said, they should all be costed differently because they have different levels of ability. There's a reason why Iron Hands players probably just don't take them, but Blood Angels players put them in the list because they're great. So I personally would like to see in 11th edition supplemental chapters, specifically non-codex compliant, but nowadays I'd probably even go as far as to say Ultramarines.
I'd split them all up.
I'd like to see them have their own book. But here's the other thing, right? There's a part of me that thinks, well, if you're going to have Inner Circle companions, you don't get access to Blade Guard. If you're going to have Victrix Guard, you don't have access to Blade Guard.
Yeah.
If you're going to have Grey Hunters, you don't have access to Intercessors.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do, and I think that I would go. So you're choosing to be Dark Angels. So you get Ravenwing Bikers, you don't get Outriders. Different, right?
Well, it depends on whether Ravenwing Bikers. You get Ravenwing and Black Knights.
Yeah, so I'd give you Ravenwing and Black Knights, but you don't get Outriders. You don't get them because you've got Ravenwing Bikers and they do different things, and that means that we can then go. They're working specifically in this codex and specifically with its attachments, which means we can point them effectively. And they might basically be Outriders with very slight differences and keyword differences. But essentially, they are a separate unit. Ravenwing Bikers are, it might even be that they're serviced by the Outrider kit, so all the people that currently own them are still able to use their current Outriders, same base size. So, hey, we've got this new kit, but you can use your old ones, that's not a problem. But these have got different rules, and we haven't got to worry about if it has a bike keyword, it can gain the Ravenwing keyword. It's none of that nonsense then. It's just really clear and obvious. I think if you do that at that point, I think I would put restrictions in place, so you remove units that you can't take because you've got access to others. It slims down the level of options for some of the non-codex compliant chapters. It's easy to balance stuff. I just think then you don't have people like Imperial Fist players being punished with the cost of a jump pack intercessor because Blood Angels are so good. Yeah, that's what I would do. But hey, off topic slightly. Nick also super chatted, $5 by the way, and he said, any prediction for if Custodes will continue to be the exception to the no heresy crossover once their new stuff is announced for heresy? They get new stuff for heresy? Is that a thing?
There's a rumour that Custodes are getting, that might get announced this weekend. Well, it's not. I don't know when the review show is, but whenever that review show is.
It's next Friday, isn't it, I think?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it's next Friday at 7:30, so I think I can actually cover it off live for a change.
Okay.
It's in UK time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even though it's in American
I don't know when it is, but there is a rumour that Custodes are getting an announcement in it. I think Custodes should lose all their heresy stuff.
But isn't all their stuff heresy stuff? Strictly speaking. Because you can use everything in a Custodes army, Wardens, Custodian Guard versus Predators.
Well, I think the stuff that's in their current book, they can keep, like the Wardens.
So you're talking specifically Forge World?
Forge World stuff, I want all that to go. Because it's basically, like, you don't see them very often. But the problem is with the heresy stuff and the non-codex stuff is that the rules get created and then never looked at again.
Yeah.
Never gets
there for
touched.
the whole edition.
Yeah, so stuff just becomes like if it's shit, it stays shit forever, and if it's broken, it stays broken for an entire edition. The only thing that happens is it might get a slight points change, and that's it. So I think you either get a plastic kit that gets included in their book, or it's gone.
Okay,
but that's it. But I think Custodes should be. They should be an allied detachment and allied units. It shouldn't be a full army.
Yeah, the problem is, as is always the case with Games Workshop, is because they've kind of gone too far one way, in my personal opinion. To do that now, they're going to have to turn around to people and say, you can't play a full army of custodians anymore because we've now decided that they should be an ally. And those people that have spent all that money are going to go,
well, they can still
fuck
play Heresy.
you. Hey?
They can still play Heresy.
They're
I mean,
not
look,
Heresy.
they did it when Age of Sigmar came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So the Savage Orcs all went, Beastmen all went. If you had those armies in Age of Sigmar, you had a year to play with them, and then once that year was up, gone. You know? I don't think they're afraid of doing it, you know?
I don't think they're afraid of doing it. I just morally, it doesn't sit right with me. Here's the thing you can spend loads and loads and loads of money on, and it's not just money nowadays, is it? That's the problem.
But you
when it
still
comes
have a
to
game
armies.
system you can use them in. They're still available in Old World, you know?
Yeah,
so your custodes are still usable in Horus Heresy.
But if you're an AOS player playing with a specific army of stuff that you've been able to buy from them for a long time, and you don't give a fuck about Old World, you've never wanted to play fantasy, but you like playing them in the rule set that is Age of Sigmar, and they then go, by the way, you can't use that faction anymore, it is going to piss some people off.
But I think we as a community, should be used to that by now. Because,
but being used to it and it being acceptable...
If you played Drakari, you lost Grotesques and Court of the Archon, you know? And Uran Brakar for some reason.
But being used to it and accepting it is one thing, but, you know, accepting it as a reasonable and perfectly fine business practice is something completely different. Accepting the fact that they're going to do it is I guess you can.
If you bought an Xbox, right, should the original Xbox still be supported today?
Well, that's not. It's
the same thing. You still bought it.
Well,
you still own it.
Why, in that case, why do people like Xbox bother with backwards compatibility of games? Because they want them to still be usable today.
Yeah.
So in your analogy, Xbox is 10th edition, and the game is the models, right?
Yeah.
So when Xbox brings out new Xbox, they normally go backwards compatible. You can play Xbox One games and Xbox Series S games and all these Xbox games on this current Xbox.
So that's why Legends rules exist, right? So Games Workshop can say all Custodes units are Legends, you know? You can still play with... You have got rules to play with them, but we're just not supporting them.
They can, absolutely, they can do it. I just don't think it's... I don't like the business practice. I don't like them doing it.
But the thing is that ultimately, this game doesn't work if every single thing that Games Workshop's ever created, models-wise, always has rules all the time.
No, I agree.
It doesn't. The game just doesn't function.
Well, nor does really their business model, because there comes a point where then there's nothing else to sell. But hey, I don't know. This is my opinion.
I do also think that Custodes are a broken faction that ultimately isn't good for the game.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, same for Knights and Planes. Because my argument is that currently Custodes are incredibly meh at the moment, right? For the exception of Wardens. Wardens are too good, right? So whatever you do to try and fix and make Custodes better, you just make Wardens better. You just reinforce the concept of just buying that box 3 times. But narratively, a single Custode should be able to kill an entire squad of Space Marines without breaking a sweat. You would just plow through 50, 60 guardsmen, you know. But that ultimately shouldn't be a thing that exists on the table.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
Custodes are a narrative and rules conundrum in the sense that if you have them in a game, you have to have an army, and if you have an army, it's not representative of what a full army would be able to do. I mean, because an army of Custodes should realistically just beat everyone in the game.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is part of the reason why I just think they shouldn't be in the game at all.
Yeah. I think they should just go.
Narratively, I don't think they should exist in 40k.
Or you could just take a squad.
And I say that because of exactly what you've just said.
Yeah.
Because I think narratively they don't fit and they don't work. And you're never going to 100% match narrative to tabletop rules. It's basically impossible. but it's even more difficult with an army like Custodes. And so I think that same as fitting Titans into 2,000 points like Imperial Knights and stuff and fitting planes in, I feel like we should never have added that stuff into a normal standard game of Warhammer. That shit should have been kept for things like Apocalypse. Yeah. But hey, that's my opinion.
I'd like to see Imperial Knights go to Apocalypse 2. What's the one above Strike Force?
Onslaught.
I think Knights should be Onslaught only.
And again, I think adding the caveat, not Knights, but Super Heavies should be Onslaught only. So you never see another fucking giant model like a Wraith Knight or whatever, or a Storm Surge at a tournament again. I actually kind of agree with you, but you're going to piss a shit ton of people off.
I think this is ultimately the thing that Games Workshop kind of needs to do, but I can understand how hard it is to do, is there needs to be an official match play rule set that also includes army composition. So Games Workshop's rules include everything.
Yeah.
Right? Do what you want. But if you want to play at a registered ITC competitive tournament event, there should be restrictions.
Yeah, and I like that. Yeah. I like going, you know what, you play what you want at home, but tournaments, Super Heavies and Flyers are banned, etc.
If you're just playing a narrative event where you go to a shop that doesn't have the competitive stipulation,
take what you want.
Take what you want.
Yeah, I don't
That's what I'd like to see.
Thank you, Grimdark, for 5 gifted memberships. We're still on 80. We're still 20 away from 100. I'm stringing this fucking show out, chat, in the hope that some of you start chucking 1 at us, or 2 at us, or 5 at us. But Grimdark, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Grimdark. I hope that... I hope next time you go to the cinema, the room is completely empty. Just you and whoever you're there with.
That's a strong hope.
That's the best one.
So you can't listen to some fucking...
I'm very excited this year.
Why?
Because the new Avengers Doomsday comes out on my birthday. On my birthday, on the 18th of December. I might actually go to cinema to see a film on my birthday. I might do it this year. Normally I just go to Bournemouth Christmas Market, but I mean, it's... Because the problem is, if you don't see it on opening night, it's going to be spoiled the next day. Really?
I don't care about seeing
it. Like social media is like, this happens.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't care about seeing it.
You know, like, Ant-Man dies, Susan Storm gets her boobs out.
Yeah. Was that a hope for Grimdark? Was that what it was?
The cinema's empty. But I hope you also get tickets to...
Empty's good, yeah.
To Avengers.
Luke Piewalker, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Luke Piewalker. I hope that you get a Lego Millennium Falcon.
Oh, strong. 700 quid's worth that. Thank you, Sol Rothman, for 5 gifted memberships.
I hope, Sol Rothman, that you get a McDonald's Black Card.
What's that?
That's where you get like the secret menu, isn't it? It's like a secret.
You're making me very hungry, Joe.
I'm really hungry. I'm going to go to the shop after this.
All I have is a gym microwave meal in the fridge.
I'm going to go and get my
paella
again.
Yeah,
that's my TISM food at the moment. Yeah.
I have meat feast pasta.
Yeah. He loves a meat feast.
Thank you so much, Robert, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Robert. I hope that you, whenever you buy tickets to any event this year, like you always get the tickets for what you want. They don't sell out. And if you forget, and you like a couple of days later when you go to buy them, there's still 1 available for you to buy.
Love it. And then thank you, Andrew Middlemass, who gifted a membership and super chat another $5. He said 100% agree, Joe, about Space Wolves, etc., getting their own codex. Remove generic units that are doubled up, like Assault Intercessors and Blood Claws.
Yeah.
100%. I don't see a world where
I think the health of the game would vastly improve. And I think if you already own Space Wolf Blade Guard, you should just be able... You can just go, they're head takers, right? Well, because realistically... If you're a Space Wolf player now, you're not taking Blade Guard, are you? They're just gathering dust on a shelf.
I took a Blade Guard the other night, only because we didn't have enough head takers. So Blade Guard.
Yeah, so if you just have them, right?
Yeah. Cool. Okay. We ended on 81 members. I was really hopeful we'd hit the 100 then. Oh, hang on. Biggie hugs with 1 gifted. Maybe we still will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Biggie.
So that would leave Tau with just 4 detachments. Yeah, but they'll get a new codex this year. You know, what you might find is that they might just bin off all detachments that have been done so far and go, everyone gets 1 new detachment, and it's not shit.
How many detachments should each faction have access to, do you think?
I think the codex should only have 1. No, the codex should only have 3, and then maybe you get 1 a year. Because the more detachments you have in a codex, the more shit they become. They get more diluted across the board, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, case in point, the Custodes ones were bad, and they only had 3. But the Chaos Space Marine book has too many. And only 1 in the Chaos Space Marine book is good. And that's, in my opinion, is Pack-Bound Zealots. Veterans of Long Wars got more popular, but 2 of the stratagems in that you're just barely using. So the detachment rule's good, but the stratagems are bad, and the enhancement is really bad. Whereas Pack-Bound Zealots has good rules-ish, good-ish stratagems, good-ish detachment rule. So and then like the Iron Warriors one is just flat bad.
Yeah.
The Night Lords one in the book is just flat bad to the point where they tried to make it better and failed. I wish they'd just done an entirely different one. I think every book should just have 3, and they should just be good. They should be okay.
Should just be, here you go, Gaze Workshop, should just be good.
Just be good. Like, just make 3 good ones that are a struggle to choose from.
Torch Soul, thank you for the 1 gift membership. Up to 83. Chat are trying. They're trying, Jay.
Like, I've got 3 in Black Templars, and they're all garbage. Right?
Yeah. They're not great.
Yeah. And it's like, they're just all bad. Like, to the point where I'm like, I just take Gladius.
Yeah. What about having a pool of stratagems that you then pick 4 to 6 for that game you can use? Stratagems are actually a really weird one. I'll talk about it very, very briefly because we should go. We're well over schedule. But stratagems are a weird one, right? Because the concept of stratagems I really like. The execution I'm not sold on because it's a mess. Because stratagems can make or break detachments and units.
Yeah. So I think that the suite of generic stratagems we have is fine. I think we're in a really good spot with stratagems because you only have the generic ones and you have 6 for your army. The problem is that they are. There's just really good ones and there's just really bad ones, and there's some where I look at them and I'm like, I just don't see the point in this. And because there are too many attachments now, I think there should be less. Is that they try and make them different for different sake. And by doing that, they are like different isn't necessarily good.
Yeah.
So if you look at the new Emperor's Children detachment, the Fulgrim detachment, the biggest flaw with the Fulgrim detachment is Fulgrim himself. He's still bad. You still don't take him. But the stratagems in there are okay-ish. Like being able to move for a wall with a Demon Prince is good. Spending 2 CP to re-roll all hits and wounds but only versus a character unit is bad. Because what you get, the re-roll all hits and wounds is good, but only versus characters and 2 CP is bad. Whereas Coterie of the Conceited is 1 CP, re-roll all hits, doesn't matter who you fight.
Yeah, that was a weird one. It's one of those where it's like, if it was 2 CP but everything, it's good. If it was 1 CP but characters, it's good. But 2 CP only characters, it makes it bad.
Yeah, and it's like, but they're like, oh, but we don't want to duplicate the same stratagems across the board. It's like, but it's Armour of Contempt, everyone has it sometimes. It's the same stratagem in multiple different books everywhere.
But at that point, does it not become an argument to go, just make Armour of Contempt a generic name?
It should just be a generic
and give everyone
stratagem.
access to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which I think it should. I actually think that there should be, like, I quite like the way, I prefer the way AOS does stratagems.
Yeah.
I specifically prefer the way that AOS awards command points.
Mectoplasm says, generic one, show me where Tyranids can use grenades or tactical. So that is not a problem with the generic ones. That is a problem with the Tyranid Codex. spine banks and flesh hooks should be grenades. Right?
Yeah,
They
I
shouldn't
agree.
be a physical attack. They should be grenades.
I agree.
And like tank shock should also include monsters
With a wounds characteristic of X or
of
higher.
10 or like 8 or higher, or it should have the monster keyword. If it has the monster keyword, it can tank shock. I think should be a thing.
Yeah, that's
Because a card effect should be able to do it. A hive tyrant should be able to do
a
it.
demon prince.
But demon princes can do it, but only Emperor's Children one.
Yeah.
But it's like, so why can't all demon princes do it?
Okay.
Because you should be able to, right? Like, why can't a Primarch tank shock? Because if a Primarch just full plows into you, it's going to hurt.
And then all you do is you change the name and you call it Crushing Impact.
Yeah.
And then it's essentially the same thing, right?
It's, yeah, everyone should be able. Like, yeah, a Wraith Lord should be able to tank shock. You know, because it's just literally just walking into you.
I like Wraith Lords.
I think tank shock should also include monsters, and Tyranids should have grenades, but not everywhere. But like I said, spine banks and flesh hooks should be grenades.
Some people call me Paul, gave us $2.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything,
Oh,
but just gave us $2.
it's
Thanks,
just
mate.
generous. You can ask us a question if you want.
You can also gift us 17 members. Or we're going to carry that over to tonight. Do you think you can do it tonight? Do you think you can beat Thursday night?
Maybe. You'll be in the room, so
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be all right. I imagine. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll think of something to do for them. I don't know. If we hit a specific target,
Okay.
maybe. I don't know.
There you go. Maybe a promise. We're going to go though because I've just seen that it's nearly 4:30. We're well over schedule, but it's been an interesting chat today. This is why I was like just generic title because we'll chat nonsense for a whole show. We managed it. I love it. I love a good Joe chat about Warhammer specifically, obviously.
Maybe like we say like if we hit 500 members on a stream, just spend a day with me downstairs.
Okay.
Like an 8-hour day, not like all day.
Yeah, I mean, 8 hours is pretty long, Joe.
Yeah, open till closed.
Yeah.
You know, come have a game. You know, whatever. If you live in another country, then you can pay for my travel, and then I'll spend a day with you wherever you live.
What a win.
Yeah.
What a win. Right, you wonderful humans. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the Liam and Joe show. If you have, please make sure you smash that like button before you disappear. 160 of you have already done that. Thank you so much, you wonderful people. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the gifteds. Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for being awesome. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, like I say. Tonight there's another live game of Warhammer for 40k. Joe is playing someone.
I'm playing someone, TBC.
Yeah, it's supposed to be me. I don't know if I have the energy.
I'm more excited about Krieg now. Now I've got 30 infantry in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm like more power.
Until you start painting them, probably.
I'm looking forward to painting them. I need to decide on a colour scheme
Yeah.
for them.
Okay.
I don't know what colour. I don't want it to be the baby blue. I'm thinking Steel Legion colours.
Okay.
Maybe.
Dark grey and
No, so Steel
white flashes.
Yeah, little lightning bolts. The Brom Army. No, I'm thinking maybe like the Steel Legion drab coats, and then Steel Legion's got black helmets and shouldery pads, I think, with lightning bolts.
Maybe not the lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Is my gut.
What colour was Africa Core? Those green and sandy colours.
Yeah. Sandy colours could be quite nice.
I do
That's
like
quite Kano,
the thing,
isn't it?
The thing is, the thing I'm thinking is that the new edition is Armageddon.
Is it?
Strong rumorage of Armageddon, and the thing is, so my guard army is already like city fight snow. So I'm like, I don't want to copy that. So I want to go for like the opposite.
I like how you're applying for time to see if they give more membership. I think they're done, mate. I think they're spent.
They're done. John
They
McCardle,
weren't done, mate. They're not spent.
20.
They're not done.
20. When are you going to come and spend the day with me, John? I think you've earned that.
Oh my God! It's a fucking fight. It's a fight on YouTube on the 8th of the month.
I know. I hope, John, that you come and see us soon, and we can have fine dining together. We can go out for a succulent Chinese meal.
Oh, I like that. I hope he comes and sees us soon as well.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware that costs him even more money. So, you know.
But I hope in the meantime, I hope that every time you go to bed at night, your partner has left a after 8 mint on the pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke comes in to claim some glory right at the end for himself with one gifted. Thank you, Luke. And we're good. We're done.
Thank you.
Are we happy now?
Yeah.
I feel bad now. John's just dropped 20 and we're going to go.
Yeah.
But
we'll be back later, I imagine.
we will be back very soon, actually, because we're finishing so late. We'll be back in just over 3 hours.
Yeah.
With a live game of 40k. And I don't know whether I'm playing or not yet. I need to talk to Tom, see if he wants to, because I'm not sure if I...
Tom always wants
I'm
to play.
tired and I should play because... But I can't.
I want to put the big wall on the table tonight. I've not had a chance. Everyone else has played on the big wall. I haven't.
When you say everyone else, you mean me and Toby, me and Paddy.
You and Paddy, you and Toby?
And Brom.
Yeah. Everyone.
Me and Paddy and Brom, that's it.
Yeah.
Tom hasn't, you haven't.
Yeah. So there you go, me and Tom, done. You can sit in the corner, Sleepy Liam.
Thank you so much for watching, you wonderful human beings. Hopefully you'll come back tonight to watch a live game of Warhammer 40k at 7:30 p.m. Tomorrow night we've got After Dark at 9 o'clock. Then it's the weekend, and we come back next week with a full complement of shows. You lot are amazing. Big shout out to John right at the end there, coming in with a crushing impact. That's a better name for tank shot. Look, crushing impact. That's what they should call it. You're all amazing people. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.